It's okay.
Yes.
We're live. Go for
All right. So, we are about to talk Avengers Endgame spoilers. So, if you've clicked on this video inadvertently and do not want to be spoiled and have somehow survived this long post release of Avengers Endgame without being spoiled, you need to leave this link and come back when you have seen the video or when you've seen the movie.
it.
Reason being is because we are going to get deep and heavy into these spoilers. All right. Um, so that's where we are right now, guys. So again, this is a spoiler discussion. I don't want to hear it in the comment section or in any place else about you're talking about spoilers because I've already warned you. It's in the description. It's in the video title. There will be spoilers. Now, with that out of the way, let's get
You've
started.
been heavily warned.
All right, so we're gonna start with the beginning. And in the beginning of this movie, um, we basically see a Hawkeye on house arrest with his family. Okay, Hawkeye's on house arrest. He's with his family. He's having a barbecue, teaching his little girl how to, shoot the bow and arrow and everything like that. And it's a very nice scene.
Everybody's discussing condiments on hot dogs.
Right? Somehow mayo on hot dogs is a thing.
We're not talking about mayo on hot dogs today. I don't,
Even the
for
kid
real.
sounded offended. He was just like, well, how about, normal stuff like ketchup? What is wrong with you?
I'm still trying to figure out how exactly, like, with the whole mayo thing, like they would, like, it's like, do y'all really like want to perpetuate the stereotype that white people will put mayonnaise on everything? Because like, I don't believe it, I don't buy it, but at the same time, it's like y'all making it hard right now.
I don't know. I know some people that eat mayo out of a jar, so I don't know if that's exactly a stereotype.
I mean, they got the stereotype that black people don't like mayo, but I know a lot of people eat mayo. I eat mayo, so I don't
That's
know.
true. True.
That's real. That's real.
Right, okay, so you know how his little girl do you think they're gonna make her like Hawkeye's sidekick? What's her name? From the comics?
Yeah, goodness, what is the second Hawkeye girl's name? And it's like right on the tip of my tongue, real quick.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't remember, but I was thinking like the way he was training her. He was like, "You're a regular old Hawkeye," and I was like, "Oh man."
Well, her name would be different because obviously her name is not. I mean, Kate Bishop is the female Hawkeye, and I don't remember what his little girl's name is. Is it like Cassie or something like that in the movie?
Remember.
I don't know.
I don't know. If you guys remember, just put it in the comments and help us out. But
pretty much.
I don't know. That was like one of my thoughts. Like, just I wonder if she's the little Hawkeye sidekick in the future. But
who knows?
All right. So moving on. Sorry about that side moment there.
Nah, it's still a spoiler, so you still good. All right. So now, what weirded me out about the scene, and like I say, this is spoiler talk, so you say what you want, is when the snap happens, everybody dissolves, and they don't dissolve all at once; they dissolve slowly. Mm-hmm. So, like this man Clint just looks around, and they are just gone.
Yep.
So I'm like, does the snap work different, or is this just for dramatic effect?
Dramatic.
Hey, but everybody didn't disappear at once in the last movie either. They took a second sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just like, nope. For Hawkeye, everybody just disappears.
Well,
yeah, I think it was just supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be cool. He ain't supposed to see it. It's supposed to make him be freaked out because he's not around. He's like out of communication with everybody. Mm-hmm. So when it happened, it's supposed to just happen fast because they could have had him disappearing. But I'm cool with him just making it just completely just disappear without him even seeing it.
Yeah, I don't feel like I could have taken the whole, holding your child in your arms and
I couldn't have taken
away. That would have been a little too much.
I wouldn't have liked to have seen the kids disintegrating and that hot dog fall on the ground, just a lone hot dog hit the ground.
God, you saw the hot dog. At least that one had ketchup if he would have held the boy.
Oh man, that would have been hilarious.
But no, like seriously, about that scene, like that was ballsy of them to just like first scene of the movie, credits haven't even like the beginning hasn't even started, and the first thing you see is just this depressing ass scene. Just hey, guess what? Your whole family's dead. Yay!
I don't know. I wouldn't put
Now
that
on to
one.
the movie.
I wouldn't put that as being their most ballsy thing yet. I still just say that was just because the ending of the first movie is where it was like depressing. I was surprised to see that movie ended like it did. So when
Yeah,
this one come on,
my
oh
point
go
is
ahead.
it didn't start depressing. Like none of the movies just start off just being like, damn.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I thought when I was watching that movie. Like I covered my face going, oh my god, they were having such a nice time and now they're gone. This is so sad. Like, just before it even starts, that's the first thing you see. So it's like you're preparing yourself for the worst.
yeah. And from my point of view, when I seen it, like I say, I didn't think it was that bad because, like I say, we know what comes up like very soon. A little bit after that, that's what I was surprised it happened. And I'll wait till we get to it. But that's the part that made me go, oh, oh
Mm-hmm.
crap! I ain't even no cursing, I suppose.
I, I don't know. I mean,
All right. So what do we got next? So after that, then we get the logo and everything, and then we get Tony in space. Him and Nebula. He's starving to death. I don't really think Nebula has to eat all that much,
Yeah,
considering that most of her body is cybernetic. So,
she's somewhere drinking oil and stuff.
getting the oil change, and her fluids change.
that's why they couldn't keep going because she kept drinking all the fluid
Yeah,
for
she
the
stole
ship.
all of it. I have to say one thing about that scene that kind of because I don't really care about I don't be looking too deep into movies, but this one scene, they flying for I think he said they were flying for 2 days before they ran out of fuel or
Yeah.
whatever in space. Long as they were going in a direction, they shouldn't have been dead stopped, and they were like completely dead. For some reason, I seen it. I was just like, that's just something that just kind of went. I don't know. That was to me. I was like, they should at least still been going whatever speed they were when the fuel ran out or something. They wouldn't just dead stop. But I don't want to get stuck on that. But it's just something I seen that I thought was silly. I don't know.
Well, even if they didn't dead stop, you got to remember that they didn't have enough fuel to do any kind of jumps, and I know they would have had to do at least one jump to get back to our solar system from where
Yeah,
they were at. So
yeah. But whatever speed they were going, at least still have them just like floating around. They were just like dead. They were just like stuck right there. I was just like, no. Like, as long as you're moving in any kind of direction in space, you can just keep going. Like I say, I don't even want to stick on that because that ain't what this is about. This
yeah,
ain't
I
this.
actually really liked this scene though. I liked it because they really go, really do a really good job of humanizing Nebula. Just getting to the point where she doesn't even know how to have fun properly. Like any
Yeah,
type of competition for her is almost like life and death. Like her playing that dang, paper football with Tony. She
Tony.
just like
I
regretting
would
and stuff.
I would like
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
try again.
yeah. Because in her regular life, she mess up, Thanos takes something off of her. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can see how she's super competitive like that.
Could you just imagine playing paper football with Thanos and he get a goal on you and you got to take a finger? Like how that work out?
I'm like, dude,
Zero
this is
failure.
the game. He loses, he takes your head off. No, honestly, that whole like I get what they were trying to do, but it just seemed like a plot device just to add Captain Marvel to it. Honestly, because it's not like they didn't have enough fuel to get there and get back. It's just that it was heavily damaged somehow, and they couldn't get away, and it, I don't know.
I mean, I like the introduction that they have for Captain Marvel, where she comes in and everything, and when they're on their last leg and they can't really get back, so she brings them. Like I'm good with that. You know,
Tony being really skinny, they did a really
Oh
good
yeah,
job
yeah,
on that. That was something.
yeah. They made him look good that way.
Hmm. Like he looked like he was dying. He
He
really
look, he
did.
looked like Tom Hanks on what was that
Oh,
Castaway.
Castaway? It looked like
Castaway.
he was on
I was about
Castaway.
to say Wilson. I was about to say and you know.
But yeah, no, that worked out really well, I thought. Then you have the scene, you have the scene with Black Widow and War Machine and Captain Marvel and everybody when they're basically trying to create a game plan as to how to find Thanos and what to do about it. Now, I thought this was interesting because they're they're like, okay, well, we can find the stones, steal them from Thanos somehow, beat up Thanos, and then take them back. Right? That
Right.
seemed to be the
And fix it.
plan at the moment.
Right.
Now, of course, we're not going to dwell on Captain Marvel's lame excuse for why she was wherever the hell she was.
I
You
actually
know.
like that they brought that up, though.
Oh yeah, at least they had the balls to bring it up. But the fact of the matter is, the excuse was super lame because it's like, yeah, they needed your help. Too bad they're all dead now, or at least half of them, right? Right. Okay. So
Well,
that's
that's
great.
nice. I mean, there are other planets that don't have the Avengers. Okay, but there are other planets that are in danger because of Thanos too. So maybe you should have been where the danger was. That would have
Right.
affected all these other planets that you
Well,
supposedly
she
were supposed to
apparently had to
protect.
fight for real because ain't nobody strong enough to fight her currently. So she'd actually had to fight for real then. So I don't know. It
Um,
seemed like a really garbage excuse, especially considering that the Kree knew about where Thanos was going, and
right.
you know, and Ronan the Accuser had already had an Infinity Stone. So it would seem like you would, like that would be something of interest.
You would at least know who Thanos was and his plan.
Well, she had to know who Thanos was because she knows who Ronan the Accuser is. So even like I say, the excuse is pretty garbage.
Yeah, you had to just go with. You just have to stick something with that. With just they won't thinking about the writing. I think it was not proper writing to just say
They
she
Right.
was.
they it seemed like they threw her in last minute, honestly. So it's almost like they had a plan, and then they were like, "Hey, now we have this whole new superhero, and we want to add her to this one movie that she has never been on any of the other movies, but this one movie here, we're just gonna add her to." And so you should expect some plot holes to go with that because she wasn't supposed to be there to begin with.
Well, that's obvious. That's
I would have
more than
liked
obvious.
idea I would have liked with it. Like I say, I like the Captain Marvel movie. I didn't have a problem with anything, but I think instead of them putting it right here at the end, right after Infinity War, they should have had her movie come out way sooner. Like like a couple movies ago, and then you just don't see her anymore unless it be like maybe some um,
Well,
after credit scenes, maybe, and they could maybe have her on the tail end, always like she's almost like trying to find Thanos or something. Like it could have been something cool like
almost
that.
like Goku's trying to get to Earth to
Yeah,
help the Saiyans
she's
type deal.
always a step behind, and that would have made it where people like, okay, I remember I seen her movie like 5 movies ago, and it makes sense why stuff is going on with the Avengers, and she's never there with the Earth people. They can have her, they can maybe show a quick scene of her doing something. Reason why she ain't there.
Well, I mean, it's not like that probably wasn't in the plan originally. If you remember, Captain Marvel was scheduled to come out last year when Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, but they moved it because I guess the test audiences didn't really respond to it in that way. So I guess their idea was if we can strap this movie to Endgame, it'll do numbers, and it worked. Because Captain Marvel did numbers, so you know, as long as it worked, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I think that having her in the movie in the way that she was kind of made it feel tacked on.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can kind of tell that maybe they didn't know what to do with her in the end game because of just she pretty much in like two main scenes, and then you don't you know like you see her at the beginning and then you see her at the end, and that's it. Like she's not there the rest of the time, the whole time. It's I don't know, but I think it also go with them doing like they do all way too powerful characters like her with a Superman or a Goku or whatever other show you want. They always have that ultra powerful dude, something where he got to be missing for some reason, because if he was there, he'd just wreck. Because the way they got her set up in the movies, she could probably kill Thanos. He ain't got no gauntlet or nothing. She probably could just wreck him easily in these movies.
I don't know about easily because he's pretty strong, and the idea that basically she's powering up for basically everything that she's doing.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, I
But
don't
the
know
only
if
reason I say it is because the reason I'm saying this because at the end when he's got his glove and he's trying to snap and she grabs his hand, he is trying his best to get her off of there and he can't, so he has to just pluck a power stone out just to punch her off of him. Like that's why I can see. I think they know they made her super OP. Like the way she was in the beginning of her movie was okay because they had that chip in her or whatever that made her like she was still super powerful, but she was way less than what she is without the chip in it. Like then it could have been he could have been wrecking. But I think the way they set her up, like that's why they didn't have her fighting him really because she would have wrecked it. He headbutted it, didn't even move her. It did the Superman Wonder Woman thing from Justice League. I know it's just stuff you can see that she's ultra powerful. So they know that. I think they wrote themselves in a hole.
no, that's real. I mean, like I say, it just I don't know. I feel like maybe they were so in such a hurry to make her like the most powerful ever.
But them shackles,
Oh Jesus, don't get started. But I think that their version, their female version of Superman, they didn't really understand that Superman doesn't really have a place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in that way because
Yeah,
it's the same reason that you can't involve Superman in every story
yeah,
because
yeah,
most of the time he's not needed because they were in such a rush to make her like this is too much. It's like he could flip the bad guy in the forehead and then the fight's over.
yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. It's
And
just
I think that they've actually limited her.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
they,
they've limited her by making her so powerful, like because she doesn't really have a place. Like when they inevitably have to fight, like I don't
who,
know, like secret invasion and stuff like that. Like what possible purpose does she have when she could just literally round up everybody and then just like even the scene at the end where it's like where they have the basically the girl power scene and they're like, she's not alone. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, she's not alone, but she could be for all intents and purposes for what she's actually doing in the scene because she doesn't really need any of you. Like it almost makes the scene useless in a very strange way. It looks good, the scene looked
yeah,
really cool, but if you think about it for like longer than 2 seconds, it's like, yeah, no,
yeah.
But
Um,
yeah,
yeah. I was just gonna say before we get to that because we skipping around. We should go back to where we were when you were saying she had brought. You said that she brought Tony back to Earth. So if we go from there, I enjoyed the way that they were all like uh I don't know. I like the communication everybody was doing, like the way everybody was arguing, and you got Tony, the way he freaking out, and like I just like all that. I like the way they were telling Captain Marvel that she just said let's just go mess Thanos up, and they were like, hey, we ain't got our ass kicked by this dude already, and this and that because they don't even know what she capable of. But she just like ready to go there.
now my question is like with the whole Tony freaking out thing, like he was just really on about blaming Captain America for this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
It's
it's
like my
all
guy.
his fault.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
though. It's like my guy. What are you even talking about right now? Like what?
He's
How
like,
are
I
you
wanted
gonna
to put,
blame this?
yeah, I wanted a whole robot system around the planet. But like that went bad. Like, why are you even still talking about it? I wouldn't even bring it up no more.
Right.
Like
It's like
Ultron
maybe you
failed.
should not talk about that. Ultron failed.
And then he was,
You failed.
remember, he was like, "Where were you at?" It was like, "I was down here fighting," and then I would have known the fight was going on if you would have called me a long time ago. Like he just really was trying to
And
throw
then like,
Captain
what was
America under the
Cap
bus.
gonna do in that situation if he was on that plane? Everybody who's pretty much stronger than Cap, and
We
then you
lost you
want to.
for we lost you for a second when you said, "What if Captain America was there?" And then we lost you.
Okay, I say, what if Captain America was there? It wouldn't have mattered. He would have just
Yeah.
died first. They've already pretty much established that Spider-Man is a good amount stronger than him.
Mm-hmm.
Then Iron Man is, with the armor and everything, all the upgrades is stronger than him. And then Doctor Strange, and they still couldn't beat Thanos. What was Steve gonna do in that particular situation? Like, it's just like I like. What are you like? Is Captain America
I
your
mean,
daddy? Like, what are you doing? Like, you weren't
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
You
he
weren't
just.
there.
Well, we've already said we've had a discussion
we've
before. Tony,
established that he's got daddy issues.
yeah, Tony is he just blaming Captain America for his own failures, and we've laughed before, like when he was talking about he want his daddy's shield and stuff. Like he's like a baby for real. I mean, I know everybody love him and stuff, but to look deep into his character in these movies, he's always putting blame on Captain America, and he definitely shouldn't be doing it. Like anything he mess up on, he's trying to put the blame on somebody else, and it's really on him.
I mean, you got to understand he's a genius and a bit of a narcissist, which
And a
is
giant baby.
yeah, it's kind of his character. I mean, people like that don't do well with self blame.
I mean,
So
even like if you look at Steve in the scene where he's in the support group, like Steve's like, we failed, we lost, we didn't do what we were supposed to
Yeah,
do, and
yeah,
now
he
we
adding
have to
himself
go.
into it.
Yeah, and then you got Tony. Where were you? Like what, bro? Come on now, come on, fam. Now I could see if he was cursing Star Lord's name, then yeah, that makes perfect sense. If he was just like,
no,
Cap, there was this dude, and he was an idiot, and he was from Earth, and we had it. It was over. It was wrapped up. And then this fool comes out of nowhere and shoots Thanos in the face rather than pulling the glove off, and then we fail. It's all his fault. They should have had a parade after Tony got back. Just like a parade every single day of people just like shooting Star Lord targets and throwing like fruit and vegetables at Star Lord's face.
put him in the what are those things called where you put your head in your hands and throw 'em?
Stocks.
Yeah, put him in the stocks.
It's like because he disappeared during the snap, so they couldn't hurt him directly, but just every day, like just
Dark
the word
everywhere.
Star Lord is just like synonymous with failure and stupidity.
Now, Star Lord, since we talking about him, I remember everybody else was making a big deal about him effing up, which he did. But
Yeah.
when you look at his character from the first movie and the second movie, this dude still haven't grown up. He emotional, like he had his mama kill over as a kid. Then
Yeah.
he living with aliens, and then he freaking killed his dad. Like he ain't, and then his woman dead. Like he don't know how to handle none of that. He just freaked out. Well, I think if somebody could have held him back, it would have been all right. But it's just one of them things where they had to have somebody do it, and it was him.
Yeah,
But
he did a lot.
that's why I never worried about it. But now, if it would have been Captain America freaking out, you'd be like, "Yo, what are y'all doing?" That's Captain America wouldn't have did that, but they did it to Star Lord. I'm like, yeah, I understand. He ain't
Saw this
he's
coming.
not he's not adult in his mind. So I was just like, I let it pass.
But yeah, where were we though?
We
Okay,
were
so where we
talking about
are in
them
the movie
all.
now, the plan part where they're planning on
Okay.
what to do about Thanos, and you see Thor sitting in the background. You know what I'm saying? Because
Sad.
his arms are heavy. He was just he was sitting there.
Wow, he's weak. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
There's vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. That's how he was sitting there. He was ready to drop bombs, but he kept on forgetting to go for the head.
To go for the
So
head. Wow.
he was in there, and so you have the dumb little scene with him and Captain Marvel where he calls Stormbreaker to his hand, and she just standing there looking at him, and they looking at each other all dumb, and then they go off to go and see if they can find Thanos. Because apparently the Infinity Stones give off some special radiation. So, they go off to find him. Carol
He's
does
all jacked up.
recon. Yeah, Carol does
Yeah.
recon first, which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
Right?
which makes
Good.
sense. Well, go ahead.
I was like, yeah, let's pretend to be a team player. Good job. Good job.
Well, I'm glad. Like I say, the scenes that she would be in, they did use it like they should have. It was good instead of being like Hawkeye, go down there and handle that. He'd be like, all right, well, like I mean, he won't there anyway, but still, he's just like Hawkeye, go on down there and handle this. But no, yeah, I like when the whole scene of Thanos walking through the field and everything, and you don't really know what's going on. He's picking fruit, and he's going up the steps, and he's kind of limping. You still don't see, but once he turned into Salt Bay, dropping his little salt into his stew and stuff, and walk off. You see it on shriveled up old arm. I was like, damn, he messed up.
Thanos destroyed the world and turned into a low skill labor.
For real.
What you doing?
This man picking fruit for supper and whatnot.
What you doing?
Yeah, he was making him a nice breakfast or something, and then all of a sudden, they come in and just put the boots to his ass while he up in there eating breakfast.
Oh yeah, they jumped you, boy.
I'm
I
sitting
think
here
they.
like, why'd you take Nebula to this?
I've heard people feeling sorry for him at that point. I was just like, this who is
No,
feeling sorry for him? I'm like, I don't care.
no.
Then they chopped his arm off. He's all moaning and groaning and stuff. I was sitting there giggling. Like it was just funny because it would have been nice to see him like be 100%, and they came in and did it, but they
No,
got
he
like
told everybody he was inevitable. Okay,
yeah,
bye.
It's nice that the Russos had the forethought to drop the whole Avengers don't kill stupidity that's in the comics. Because that was only a thing because of the comics code. So
yeah,
the whole
Come
Avengers
on now.
don't kill.
First of all, that's Thor. Okay, he is the god of thunder. He has been through many wars. He has killed many, 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 many.
I mean, most of the people in that room had bodies on their belt. Captain America was in World War II.
That yeah,
What? And
true.
Natasha, we don't even need to get on her.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
why? Nah.
I don't know how Black Widow goes on any missions. Like, okay, like how do they do that? Okay, Natasha,
She's got guns.
less than lethal. It's like, how do we do less than lethal? She got 245s ready to go. Like what? No, no, sir.
Mm-mm.
All these people you got in your Avengers team is killers. Get out of here. So that was interesting, and just that I love the scene between him and Nebula. While he's telling me I destroyed the stones, and they're like in such disbelief that they're like, "No, you lying, you lying."
Yeah, and she's like, "No, he don't lie. He a lot of things, but he ain't no lie."
Thank you, daughter.
Then he
And
started
shut
his
up.
line. Oh, thank you. You're such. I shouldn't have been so head gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's the part I say I was surprised they did in the beginning. Like I say, not the Hawkeye and his family disappearing. Like that, it started on a sad note. It was that scene happened. Like it just because the whole time I was watching, I was like, how are they gonna like what's gonna happen after this? Like they gonna keep him as a prisoner or something with one hand?
Oh, I know. I knew they were.
Yeah, I knew
I
it was
expected
curtains.
Thor to take his head.
Yeah, I knew it was curtains.
I expected that.
No, I really didn't think they would. I thought they'd do some
Oh yeah.
some Walking Dead Negan stuff, go take him and make him their prisoner or something.
I mean,
Like
seriously,
Nah,
you saw
ain't nobody got the soft
man.
Rick virus going on here. None of that.
Nah, you saw Thor's face. That man was an angry god. You think an angry god's gonna let that man live?
You saw him. He was like, either I'm dropping the mixtape or I'm taking this man's head. One or the other.
And it's not the mixtape. So.
And obviously, he didn't drop the mixtape. So
we never know. I mean, there's a
was.
5-year skip. You don't know what he did in those 5 years.
He went on
I mean,
that's how he got fat. He went on a whole rap tour.
But he looked like Action Bronson, so he could have went on He could have went on a rapping career.
He turned into Biggie real quick.
Big Lebowski. Oh man, so so they chop off Thanos' head, and they realize that basically even going on that mission was pretty much pointless. But hey, at least he killed him, right?
Yeah.
Which was Thor's problem because he's like, "What was the point? I got him, but."
Well, Thor, warrior, he probably would have wanted to try to get him in his peak, even though that wouldn't have happened. But still, he just he got a feeble man who don't like. Imagine somebody just doing war crimes their whole life, and now they like 97, or living on an oxygen machine, and then you finally get to go up there and kill him. You're like, whatever.
Nah, it'd be like if the Power Rangers they was teenagers fighting Lord Zed, and then they finally get all the way up to his palace, and they ready to do him in, and they find out he on a respirator. Like,
do I stab him, shoot him, just pull the plug?
I mean, he probably is in constant pain. His muscles are exposed at all times. Come on.
I mean,
maybe he's
see his. Oh, go ahead.
Maybe he's like a bug. You know how the skeleton is on the outside because he had all that metal on the outside. Yeah, maybe he's like that.
He just looked like he stink. I don't know. Bugs always flying around. That's why he live on the moon, so no insects ain't up there.
Hey, he might stink, but he still got him a woman. He still got Rita. Don't forget
I mean,
that.
she annoying as hell though, man. I mean, what's the point of having a woman if she get on your nerves like that?
It's a laugh, isn't it?
And then she do some Me Too stuff to him and freaking make him her husband.
Yes.
Didn't she like
Yeah.
come on.
I feel like we're deviating, guys.
I mean,
Let's get back on track here.
All right.
Talk
So,
about Power Rangers. What in the world?
so now we got. So now everybody's kind of got closure. They realize that ain't nothing going down as far as Thanos is concerned. It's over with. You got Captain America sitting in this little support group talking, talking to everybody. You got Disney's half-hearted little attempt at trying to, include some LGBT alphabet soup in the thing when they're talking about, one of the Russo brothers is sitting there talking about how he went on a date with some guy and it was going well, but they had to cry because such a huge event was very emotional. And I liked the scene. I really did because it really showed that Cap was still out there,
doing what he could. Yeah,
yeah.
even something as much as just talking to people. It looked like something that one of the defenders would have been doing from the Netflix show or something. Like it's something they would have been doing, taking some time doing.
I'm sorry, Drew. Who are the defenders?
I don't know. I don't know.
Neither does Netflix.
I got a nice idea about the defenders. Maybe we'll say it later on, but I think would have happened if that stuff could have kept going, especially with in between these movies. I got a real cool idea of what they should have did. Like, well, what could have happened.
It would have been dope though if they would have really just pulled it off. And this is just me just thinking out loud. If they would have had Hawkeye as Ronin join up with the defenders and just after the snap, just have them wrecking shop on like how they show Hawkeye, and he's going into the Yakuza and just like throwing people out. Just imagine if that scene was him, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones,
Daredevil,
Iron Fist, and they
maybe even Punisher. Put Punisher up in there. Shoot,
Punisher
up in there.
And they just running through wrecking folks. Colleen Wing got killed by the snap, so now Danny he don't care no more. Misty Knight gone.
that'd be hot.
What's Jessica Jones' little sidekick's name?
That boy, he
dead. Yeah, he dead, and now everybody just pissed off.
Yeah.
Stick already dead, so that don't really count. But like the whole church people, like
it'd be nice. Well, the idea is kind of on the same thing you got. I would have liked to have seen in the shows, they come out, and how they never really directly they connected, but they ain't directly connected. They could have a bunch of people just be missing, and they need to have the Defenders. Defenders 2 could have been out and have them all join back together because, like you said, a bunch of their people missing and gone. Like you got Foggy and that chick gone, so that make Punisher come. The chick with the red hair, I forgot her name right now. To be with Daredevil.
Karen.
Yeah, her. Like, and that's why they get back together, and it's just them going through, and the whole city is in chaos because you got to imagine people disappearing, stuff exploding. You got people looting, and they out there just trying to keep the streets. They trying to keep shit in order. So that would have been hot. That would have been real hot right there.
I mean, everything was a missed opportunity because it's so funny that you have DC and Marvel have the same problem just in different areas. Whereas DC owns all of their properties, but because they can't get somebody that puts everybody on the same page, they can't live up to the greatness that they should have. Then you got Marvel, who owns a lot of properties, especially the ones that are on television, but because they want to divorce themselves from the TV show, they can't see the opportunity that's right in front of them because they don't necessarily have to bring Punisher and all them on the movie screen. They just need to have those events reflective in those other shows.
Way more than they did, and even have somebody show up some damn time. Be like, why y'all got all these movies? That's why I don't like movies or TV shows that get super famous people. Like I said, I loved it. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. He's perfect for it. But when it comes down to, I would like somebody who's a no-name person because you can get him in. You be like, yes, you in these popping movies, but you also can go do this show over here I want you to do too. And we ain't paying you no crazy amount of money. Go over here, do some scene, and then go about your business. It'll be cool, but where they pay them people so much money, they can't even get them to, walk in on Defenders real quick. Be like, who are you guys? We heard y'all down here doing such and such, whatever. Like, it would have been nice to see what was happening. What was it, Civil War? They tried to go there and mess with the defenders and stuff like that. Try to force them to, register and stuff like that. Would have been so hot. It would have been super hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely one of those things. Like having, or think about Agents of Shield. Think about bringing, having the whatever, with the snap and everything, and them having to deal with the chaos that the Avengers can't deal with, or having Natasha be the new director of Shield because Coulson got snapped out of existence, and now she's on the big level dealing with all of the, all the superhero stuff, and then like somebody like, I don't know, like Mac or Quake or one of them is like, reporting directly to her about all the Shield business, and just have that would have been amazing. But it's such a missed opportunity, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they could have did. Like I say, hopefully they'll get stuff in order. Like when this X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that stuff, and then they get the rights to do all these shows they want to stuff like the Defenders and all that stuff. All those characters that were from Netflix. Hopefully, they just run all this together perfect. It looked like they are gonna do it because they're gonna have that Wanda, Vision series, and
Mm-hmm.
Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff like that. So I know that's all be connected. So hopefully, all this stuff be connected the way it should be finally.
Right. All right. So now you got Natasha, and she's coordinating with everybody. Basically, all of her field chiefs. You got War Machine, you got Captain Marvel, you got Okoye and Wakanda. And they're dealing with the various problems that are going on around the world. And I guess for Captain Marvel, whatever
Going on in the
galaxy
universe.
she's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so look, I was gonna ask you real quick. Do you think they gonna do? They did like the little Namor, the thing, like a little call, a thing to them when I forgot Black Panther's bodyguard's name when she said something about like the
Okoye.
underwater, yeah, like the underwater uh earthquakes and stuff like that. Did that make you think of that too? Like when you seen it?
It did,
Namor.
but then
Yeah.
it didn't. See, that's the thing. It's like what a mark of weak storytelling. If I'm gonna leave an Easter egg, right, then I'm gonna leave an Easter egg. So if I was the Russos or if I was Kevin Feige and I really, really had the inclination to bring in Namor, which I don't think they really do,
I
but if I really cared about that, I would be like, if I would write into the script where Okoye is talking about the undersea quake, and they're like, well, there's an undersea earthquake, right? And then Natasha's like, well, we got to do something about that. And then have Okoye say, well, I've already talked to the Atlanteans, and they've already evacuated. You see what I'm saying? Like that
yeah,
was all you needed to say, right?
yeah.
Done.
Well, this is what I was thinking with the Namor thing. Do they even own the rights to Namor? Is he one of those ones that's like off with
Yes.
the?
Namor was owned by Fox. He fell under the Fantastic Four umbrella.
Yeah, so they didn't have him at the time. So that's why I was saying maybe that's why they did that way. That way, if it ever do come back, maybe they can actually say it now later on. And maybe that could have just been like a subtle little thing just to say something
Yeah.
about under. And it had her be the one who said it, somebody from Wakanda, because they have their issues all the time, the
Mm-hmm.
Atlanteans and Wakanda. So they've been hot.
I mean, but let's be clear so nobody gets their hopes up. Well, let's just be clear. We will see the X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We will see the Fantastic Four in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're gonna see, a lot of these characters like Galactus and what have you. But it's not gonna be for the next probably 4 to 5
Yeah,
years.
man, it'd probably be like 2025 or something before we actually first start seeing some stuff for real.
Exactly.
It'll
Like, so
be
I know everybody's excited and they're like, yeah, finally, because I'm one of those people. I didn't think in my lifetime I would be able to see Spider-Man on the screen with Captain America and the rest of the Avengers. I never
yeah,
thought that was gonna
because
happen.
there's a lot of planning they have to do too. Like that's the reason why all this stuff has went together the way it has. Because this dude is, they planning it. They all coordinate with each other and doing this. So now that they actually have the X-Men, now they can really go. All right, what we gonna do? How we gonna start this off? Who we gonna bring in first? All this stuff. So yeah, I know it'll be a while because they got to get the plans together, then get the whoever they want, the different writers to get together, all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be a long time. But I can't
Right.
wait for it for real.
The spoiler discussion. I want to hear it in the comment section or in any place else. Who is playing the video in the background? Who doing that?
Oh my bad. I'm trying to fix I'm being told that the comments that nobody can comment because they can't see the whatchamacallit,
The
the
what?
chat. They can't comment. And I'm trying to see if I can fix it. That's why I've been quiet.
Hold on, let me look here.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not technically I'm technically challenged. So I'm just making sure.
So you're not the tech savvy one of the group.
I mean, she's
Oh,
supposed to be
I'm
Oracle,
not.
but right now she done turned into
Hold on, hold
she's
on. Let me
Daredevil. She ain't Oracle right now because she can't see nothing.
I can see. Fool. You leave me be. I'm trying to fix it. Okay, you were the one that asked questions. Leave me be. Keep talking. Trip. Okay.
All right, so hold on. I'm
Okay,
actually
no, they got it.
jumping
They got it.
in.
They got it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I got you. See, I told you I'd fix it.
All right. So anyway, so you got all of that going on, and essentially, her she's really just going through. She's having a depression moment right now because she's barely holding it together. She's never had this much responsibility ever, you know. And now,
And her boy is missing too. Her
yep.
boy out there massacring people, even though they bad people everywhere. But she know he gone off the. He's gone like in his head. He just
Ronan. I mean, his thought process was. I can't say that I wouldn't have thought that too. I know that sounds bad, but it's true. Like this, all of these good people, all of these people that were children that didn't even get a chance to grow up, all these people that were good, people that were helping the world, and they're gone. Why are you here? Why you? And
yeah
that would have been my problem with the whole situation too. Like why leave you here when all you do is hurt others? We don't have time to hurt others. There's very few of us left in this world. So
yeah.
you're trying to kill
Like
the
and he needed somebody to take his anger and stuff out on too.
True.
But I think the reason, because I don't have no problem with him killing people. I don't think she do either. Those bad people, but it's just that he ain't communicating with anybody. He just off the radar, just in a blood rage. He punishing it up right now. He just
Well,
punishing, getting them modes, and he just gone.
I think the reason that Natasha was sad or worried about him is because he is not equipped to be that person. Does that make sense? Like he has a conscience. He's not equipped to be just this dude that kills people and doesn't feel bad about it. Like he's
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
All right.
He's got a
I
good
mean,
heart.
and the big homie Darth who's in the chat right now, he's actually, he's on to something. He's talking about, that he thinks that they're in an existential crisis. I agree with that. I think that they're definitely in an existential crisis because it's not as if you have bodies to bury or you have something. It's just nothing. They were there
yeah.
and now they're not there.
It's like
You
the
know?
rapture for real when you think about it. Like when you reading about that or something. That's what it's like. They just gone. You have nothing. Yeah, it's bad.
So I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
looking at it from that standpoint, when you have Ant-Man come out of, who again, we have this stupid little plot device where the rat hits the little switch in just the right way so that Ant-Man can come out of the quantum realm and be back at it.
I mean, why you disrespecting
Rat,
Master Splinter though? Like, yeah, that was the origin story. This is the
this is the
Ninja
part
Turtles about to come
origin.
into the Marvel
The
Cinematic
origin
Universe.
story.
This is what it is right here, and you didn't even catch it. You ain't catch. You talking about all these Easter eggs? Never even caught
we,
it. Come
we
on.
talking bad crap about this poor rat, and it's just Master Splinter.
Oh, so the new origin story is that Amato Yoshi disappears in Snap, and now poor Master Splinter is by himself, and he just happens upon this van in this
Well,
junkyard.
you know that he travels between worlds, so hey, why not? You
And
know.
then he got radiation from the quantum realm
Yep.
opening up and spitting that man out, and him and the four turtles is on and popping now. I got you. I
Yeah,
see
there
where
you
you going
go.
with this.
They couldn't join the fight because he didn't think that the boys were trained enough. So
No, they weren't trained yet. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
yet.
So
They
he
ain't
weren't
grown.
good
They
enough.
ain't grown yet, but they're 5 years old at least right
They,
now. They're 5 right now.
they
So they run
training.
around. They ain't got the mask. They the cute turtles with no mask on and stuff right now.
he said, give them 10 more years, and then they're gonna be in it.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna be looking for Hank Pym. Like, this is all your fault.
If Dad wouldn't have let you out.
Because you know they always blaming poor Hank Pym. Everybody blame Hank Pym. If you ain't blaming Tony Stark, you blaming Hank Pym for something.
Yeah. Good
Oh
Lord.
Lord. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Then you know you have him, and he's basically he sees his daughter who's now 5 years older, which that kind of doesn't make any sense to me because
wait
she
a
looked
minute.
like she was like
Yes.
5 last time we seen her. So
Yeah. Yeah, they made it. But before we get to it real quick, I was gonna say, like, I like when he came out. He don't know what's going on. He's just walking around, like, cars sitting there. It look like the Division. Cars all in a row, grass growing everywhere. It's just like
That's
all
true.
messed up. And he see a little kid. He's like, "Hey, kid, what happened?" That little boy looked at him like, I can't even speak the way I want to, but he looking like, if you don't get out my face with that, and he just went on about his business.
It's probably because you don't have parents no more. He's lonely.
He a street rat now.
You
He just riding.
want to cry. That's what's his name? That's the turtle's new buddy. What's his name?
No, you know who he becomes because he's got red hair. He becomes the Rat King.
that's Casey Jones.
No, that's the Rat King. That's Rat King. It looked like Rat King. Rat King had the red hair like that little boy. So he down there with tattered clothes on,
Did
living
he
in
have
the
red
sewer.
hair? I thought he had brown hair.
No, Rat King. That little boy had red hair, I think, and because I think he was a ginger. And I
saw brown hair. I'm okay.
Remember, I am kind of blind, but I thought he was a redhead. He looked like a redhead to me.
Darth has a point. No, I was saying Tony's living the life on the countryside with Pepper. Dude had it made. Poor child.
Oh no, we ain't even got to that. We're gonna get to that in just a second. We'll get to that.
Living on their bike.
He living.
Up food.
Yeah, he living a good life. He probably using all his technology. Got all the big gardens and
you saw that animal in the middle of the room, just like using his hands to do whatever the hell that was.
All right, so
poor
now
kid don't even got parents.
All confused, and then this idea hits him as to how to fix things. I mean, he doesn't have it. He has a concept. He doesn't really even have an idea. He has a concept.
Well, so, he's a con man, so.
So he started beating down the Avengers door. They like, is that a recording? And then you see him like, nah, this is live. And then you would think that he would be like, hey, we can go back in time, and I can jump in Thanos' earlobe, go down.
Nope.
Where I gotta go, and then get.
He had to get flicked in the ass. Apparently, that's what needed to happen.
We're not gonna talk about that stupid fan theory. Why, of all the orifices to go into, why the butt? Like, why do we just have to go directly from zero to butthole? You know what I mean?
Because it's the internet. That's why.
No, like he actually got flicked. I mean, he bent over for Tony.
Oh.
Okay.
So now, he's like, hey, in the quantum realm, time passes differently, which, obviously isn't necessarily a plot device because they had already gone over that with the original Wasp and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So that was cool that they brought a call back to that without, having to resort to some stupid plot device. Now, unfortunately, here's where things get kind of stupid. This is where my brain had to kind of check out of the movie when they go to see Tony. Okay? Because here's the thing. Them going to see Tony, seeing Tony living the country time lemonade life right now with his little girl and Pepper, which I'm happy for him and everything. But it's like everybody's doing everything they can to hold the world together. And this man just said, I'm going to the woods with my girl.
I mean, it's showing who he is, like we were saying earlier. Like you say, he just went on about his bit. He like, oh, everybody dead. He said, ain't nobody close to me dead. Oh well, whatever. Do. He just going about his business. He living a good life.
Mm-hmm. Now, Darth in the chat, he got it right. He said it's a half-ass cop-out, and he's not wrong, because here's the thing. Like I say, the quantum realm isn't necessarily a MacGuffin because it's in the comics. The only problem with it is the way that they try to explain time travel, and then they try to take a dump on Back to the Future. That's what really kind of pissed me off.
A lot of them, though.
Like, I can understand you, not necessarily saying, hey, we can do time travel a different way. Fine, good, whatever. But you're not about to just do this. You're not about to say, whatever Spielberg and your
They're gonna
lame
trash
back.
every time. They trash every time movie ever.
They went in.
Oh, yeah.
They went
They
in.
went for it. So
they rattled off so many movies that we all.
Tony is finding every literal excuse, from my toenail hurts to I don't know if we can find the metal for this, to tell them that this isn't going to work. Okay. And at first, because they don't explain to you how time travel works in this universe, you're thinking to yourself, oh, he doesn't want to go back because if he goes back, then he could potentially erase his daughter from existence, right?
No.
So you're like, oh, I can understand Tony not wanting to do this.
That wasn't it, though.
But then it just becomes he doesn't want to die, because if he dies, then he'll leave his child without a father, just like he was left without a father. And then it just becomes that much worse and that much lamer for Tony to even have this excuse now. So,
right. It's Doctor Who cop out.
Right.
Yeah.
So, they all leave, basically like, oh, well, I guess we got to find a lesser, less reliable scientist than Tony Stark now, because obviously this isn't going to work. So, they go and they see the Hulk, right?
Hulk is like, man, that's not my field of expertise.
Again, this is, like I said, this whole part of the movie is kind of where I kind of got lost a little bit, and I kind of felt myself drifting. For the simple fact is that, Hulk has become this weird
I didn't like it
hipster. It's like, dude, do you have like a promotional company of some sort now? Because, like, he had what killed me is he had a catchphrase, fam. Go green. And I'm like, no, why would anybody want to go green? Because apparently going green means becoming a coward and not showing up when the fight needed you. Just imagine if they would have had full powered Hulk in
they would have won. They would have.
He raging out. He would have gave Thanos some run for his money, just going balls to the wall. No,
they just, that was kind of like making fun of everything that made the Hulk and his struggle.
Well, not only that, but that was the second crap cop out of the movie. Like, think about it. So their cop out for not having Captain Marvel was she was off in the universe saving other galaxies or whatever, and their cop out for the Hulk was he just felt unappreciated because we were just always trying to get rid of him. Bro, your life was in danger. Are you kidding me?
Get in the elevator, homie. You too happy. I mean, come on. I mean,
oh man.
Yes, that sounds like the Hulk going, stairs. I don't want to go downstairs. That's fine, but his whole point is that he was angry.
Right. So, I mean, but it was cool to see that, having Banner and the Hulk kind of reconcile and become one like they are in the comics, every few years. I really thought that was dope.
I thought it was funny just because he's like Hulk with the Hulk and Banner mixed together. He reminds me of like a dad who tells dad jokes. Like, he's not cool at all as this mix of them. Like, he's just like a cornball.
He's a hipster. It was very funny. I was just like, what's the glasses, bro? He had glasses on, didn't
he? Yeah, it's like, when the Hulk has eyesight problems, man? You get out of here.
The Hulk, you don't see me. What? Okay. So.
So we had hipster Hulk.
Right.
That was kind of weird. I did
that
like
whole interchange with the kids and Ant-Man. It was just like, why are you doing this? Like, I was irritated by that scene. I was just like, shut up.
I actually enjoyed that. I thought it was funny because it's just him. That's what Ant-Man has done in all the movies. Like, he think somebody know who he is, and nobody ever know who he is. Like, he's just like a nobody.
So he's basically what, Earth Star-Lord? Because that's really all that is.
I suppose.
Do you know who I am? I am
You
starving.
want to take a picture of me? He's like, he's shaking his head no. Like, I was just laughing at it. He's just like, no, he don't want the picture.
Like,
just take the damn camera. He's just like, get out of my face.
So, you have that whole thing. And basically Banner is like, man, I can give it a shot. I mean, it's not going to work or nothing, but, we can see if we can make it work. So then you have Tony basically feeling bad because, his conscience is getting to him because he's really just going over his head. Hey, I have a kid now, and that's awesome. Hey, I remember a kid that used to look up to me. That kid wore a spider suit.
That I
taught me
put him in this world.
The one whose aunt I wanted to
Made him
bang.
fight Avengers.
Yeah,
Put in child labor laws and broke them.
Yeah, and then tried to claim the moral high ground after I literally sent a child into basically a
war.
superpower war zone to fight grown men who had superpowers. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
He looked up to me,
But whatever. So, he has that whole moment.
Well, it's
then
like he was trying to already think of that, already figure it out, and he just couldn't figure it out because he didn't have that last piece of the puzzle. But once he did, it was almost like he didn't want to do it.
Right.
And then he was like, but I'm Tony and I can't have this last piece of the puzzle not just
solved.
Right. So he goes in, he solves it, and then he's like, oh crap, now what do I do? Because I didn't really want this to work anyway.
So then he got to go talk to Pepper because apparently Pepper is the only one with sense. You know. So, they're like, hey, should I do this? And Pepper's like, I don't really see a reason for you not to do this, all things considered.
Right.
Like, so,
he was like, we're lucky. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, a lot of people are not.
And where they get blonde hair dye where he is? Like, does he send Happy out to get the blonde hair dye? What's that all about?
He always Happy has his dog, his little man dog.
Look, man.
So, that whole thing happens. And then they have a team up and they start really
Wait, I want to point this out because I feel like we need to address War Machine still being salty that Ant-Man kicked his ass. I feel like there was a lot of salt in that scene.
I mean, if you want to be salty at somebody, he need to be salty at Vision, at Tony, at Falcon for having the dodging ability.
Right.
Michael Vick in the pocket. Like, this dude was just like, everybody failed for War Machine when it came to them legs, boy.
Oh, Darth was saying that Black Widow's hair was whack, and I would like to point out that it looked like that because she's a natural redhead. Her hair is supposed to grow that color of red. So you know how she was like, she had that bob that was blonde? Well, basically, your hair grows out, it gives you that red blonde umbra thing.
So basically what you're saying is that she wasn't taking care of the kitchen, and so now, her hair look like that.
Yeah.
She's too stressed out. She ain't got time for that. She ain't got time to be thinking about that.
Right, that's why she looked like
Don't talk about Betty like that. You right, Fred. You tell
her. She eating peanut butter sandwiches. They ain't even a proper meal. Come on. She's supposed to save the world eating peanut butter sandwiches?
I mean, I ain't really got no problem with her looking like old girl from Blue Exorcist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her prerogative.
I mean, she didn't care. She was just like, I got stuff to do. She can barely eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without crying, man. Leave the girl alone. she can't handle what's going on at the moment. She lost a lot of family.
True.
And she does. She gave up. That was her thing. She gave up on herself and was trying to keep herself busy.
Right. All right. So now that we got that covered, right, and we're talking about we're at the part where they're basically coming together with the time heist.
I love Ant-Man. He's hilarious.
Oh, we can't skip our part since we already did the Tony getting his he got the plan together. Well, he know how to do the time thing now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back with the Hulk and them, and they're gonna test it out on Ant-Man.
Oh my god!
That was another scene.
Because they were putting time through Ant-Man instead of sending him through time. So it was so funny that he just like he went from kid to old man
to baby, back to him,
and he's like, somebody need my.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I like before all that, like Hulk sitting there, like, we hope we
He's
don't,
like,
they hope they didn't mess him up. And he's like, can it happen? He's just like, nah, don't pay no attention to it. Like he just like,
oh no, Drew, you're breaking up.
oh crap, sorry.
You're breaking up,
now.
Drew.
Can you hear me now?
Crap.
Great. That whole area was just hilarious.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Right.
Give me a second. The stream is not. It's breaking up really badly. All right, check in. Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep, I can hear you.
And Jacob and Drew, say something.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Okay.
How you doing?
There you go. Okay, now we can go because it was breaking up so bad I couldn't hear anything you were saying.
All right. So, we get to see Ant-Man and some more fun moments with Ant-Man. Then you get the next fun moment when we start bringing in, various Avengers and they start all flying in and basically messing up Ant-Man's taco.
Yeah.
Because, he just cannot have that taco today, fam.
Avenge the fallen, man.
and then that's when hipster Hulk comes out and gives him 2 new tacos. See?
There you go.
And I was like, why is Hulk nice? He's supposed to be nice.
Now, here's the scene that I really enjoyed. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
So the scene I really enjoy is when Natasha finally goes and gets Hawkeye. And I really enjoyed this scene for multiple reasons. But mostly because you really get to see my man shine. Like he said when he was on Jimmy Fallon, he is as super as they are.
You're right.
And he does do more than archery,
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. I've never understood. Like, because in the comics, this is not something that's brought up, but in these movies, people make jokes. And I think it's people who's not real fan. People who come in and watch, but he's made a joke of all. I'd be like, he's fighting with super powered people all the time. Nobody picks on Arrow like his Green Arrow, but like he's doing the same thing. He can fight. Black Widow is pretty much the same thing as him. I'm pretty sure in the comics, maybe she ain't got some stamina boost. I don't know nothing about that, but in these movies, she's just a person too. But nobody ever say anything about her. It's just all Hawkeye, like, oh, he a bum, this and that. I'm like, that dude badass.
She's already above anybody of her size, weight. She's already on that skill level where you're just like, okay. But her and Hawkeye are above average human beings because they're so skilled.
And that's why I've never understood that. So I don't know, because like I say, but DC did perfect with a character like that. Arrow, pretty much Hawkeye, and they don't. Oh, you're just a human shooting arrows. Nobody don't say that dude beat the crap out of some damn body. He don't play that.
If you really want to be real about it, I mean, Hawkeye is far more skilled than Green Arrow. Remember, it's one thing for Green Arrow to be a master archer and a master martial artist. It's another thing for Hawkeye to literally tell you to your face, I don't miss. You know what I'm saying? He is telling you. Like, I don't think you understand what my skill set is, fam. Like if there's ever a shot that he is Steph Curry with projectile weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to stop hating. You put some respect.
Not only that, but he's very useful.
Oh, obviously.
I mean, like, even when he's fighting battles that he should not be fighting, just like, I mean, Darth was saying that they get too much heat for not having superpowers. I mean, they do have superpowers. They're above average. I mean, think about it.
Having that much accuracy is a superpower.
It is. It is because, I mean, think about it. Like, even when he shot Loki, y'all remember that? And Loki was looking at him like, really, you think this is gonna hurt me? And Hawkeye's like, no, but this will, and he never misses his target, even if it is with an arrow. So, I mean, that's
why I got all the kids, right?
Oh, come on, Jacob. I mean, at first he didn't have any kids, so I think that's why he's running at the moment.
I know, right?
Dang. But yeah,
Barry, stop messing with the timeline.
But that scene between him and Nat is beautiful because you see that lifelong, that friendship that has been there for so long. You see that between both of them. It's like, hey man, what you doing? They had that. What's up? There's bodies everywhere. You good? You okay? You want to come back with me? Like she's having that, not even phased by what's happening around her. She's just kind of like,
Cause, like I say, ain't no game around this thing. They know that they both have bodies on the belt. Like, come on now, come on. Like, just like I understand War Machine trying to act all holier than thou. Like, Barton's gone off the reservation, but I mean, between Barton and Natasha, they know what it is.
Yeah, they've been in the dark recesses of government missions that aren't supposed to happen, and a bunch of
right.
stuff.
And let's not forget that in this universe, for all intents and purposes, for most of their careers, they were both working for Hydra. So let's not pretend.
Yeah. And technically, Hydra was part of the government, so I mean, either way, they did some messed up stuff for whatever reasons they were following orders. So.
Right. So I mean, you got that. That was just like I say, the whole fight between him and the Yakuza was a great scene. So
speaking fluent Japanese was awesome too.
Oh yeah, having him speak Japanese was dope.
Hell, that was his voice, and I was like, oh okay, I see you.
So now we're at the part where basically they're trying to test out Tony's theory and see if going back into time and then coming right back within a was it 5 seconds or 10 seconds between that window is even possible. So
no, I think I don't think it was the possibility of them coming back. I think it was to see if they could actually bring something back with them. Isn't that what they were doing?
No,
it wasn't to bring anything back.
They were just testing to see if it even worked. I mean, if it didn't work, then bye Hawkeye. You know what I mean?
So okay.
But yeah, they were testing to see if it functioned.
Oh, okay. See, this whole time I thought they were just testing to see if they could actually bring something back. That's what I was thinking. I was like, they could go because
I think that's Hawkeye's way of saying, "Hey, it works." Proof.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's something I missed then. If that's what it was.
His acting, I need to point out, his acting was on point. Like when he heard his children, it was just like he had a father reaction. Like he was like, "That is my kid," and he ran as fast as he could just to get a glimpse of his little girl, and that was such an emotional scene. And as a parent, I'm saying that is a really emotional scene. I was just like, "Oh."
Right.
And that showed his new.
Yeah, they were in this movie. They were really letting. Yeah, in this film, they were really letting Hawkeye shine. Like I say, with the action, he actually killing people by himself. His acting, they get to see him, doing different forms of acting. He got doing different emotions. He got the like the pity, I guess. I don't know the
anger,
the anger, all that stuff. Like he's doing all that stuff.
Desperation, like he had true desperation. Just you could feel everything he was feeling. He killed it. He really did. No pun intended.
I was going to ask real quick before we go back and keep going. Do you think they should have did the Hawkeye thing at the end of Infinity War? Like they should have showed him there, like as an after credit scene, or were you okay with it? Do you think it was good at the beginning of Endgame? Like that whole scene of his family disappearing.
I'm okay with it. It got you emotionally invested, so I'm okay with it.
Okay.
So then what do we have next? So after that we have them actually devising up the teams and saying who's going to go where and who's going with whom and who's going to get what stone and where all the stones are. So, again, this is a little bit of a slow point, but it was still fun to just see them, interacting with each other and actually coming up with a plan.
Right.
As opposed to doing everything last minute like they usually do. So, we get through that. And essentially, once that occurs, You get to see everybody going with their prospective teammates, mostly in teams of two, to retrieve the stones.
It was
So again,
right.
here's where. Say again.
There were 3 teams, right?
No, it's
No,
more than that.
there's 6 teams, six
No,
teams, 6 stones.
no. 3
No,
of
no,
the
no. It won't.
3 of the
Or was
stone.
it 5 teams?
It was.
Because
No, it was 3 teams. There's
it
3
was
points
Tony.
apart.
What was it? It was Tony, Cap, and Ant Man. That was a
That's
team,
1. Yeah.
and they were trying to retrieve 2 stones. Then it was
Then it was
Rocket and Thor. Then Natasha and Clint. Um,
But
then you had
Natasha and Clint
Nebula.
had what's name with them? Nebula and
Yeah, then you had Nebula and
Yeah.
War Machine. That was a team.
okay.
oh well, if we're gonna split it up that way, I know. Okay, the best way to split it up will be they went. It
Yeah, that
was
was great.
4 teams in it. It was 4
Yeah.
big group of teams. But when they went into that one where they were going after the 3 stones, that was when Hulk went off by himself to go get that one. But you had Captain America and who
Ant
else? Ant
Man.
Man and Tony together,
Yeah.
and then Tony and Captain America actually went for the other one too. But we had Hulk go after the one with
The ancient
what is her name? Yeah, the ancient one.
Mm-hmm.
And then like so some of them where they were going like together as a team at first, but then they split off in their own little
Yeah.
like
But
side teams.
That's,
Right.
I mean, that's what they. I thought that's what they said. 3 teams, 5 stones, or something like
It
that. Or
could have been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
times.
It
They
don't
were
3
even
teams,
matter. It
6
was
stones.
because
just
they
say
went to different
teams
times.
went after
They weren't at
stones.
the same time.
Just say
All right,
teams
so
went
they go
after
for the
stones.
stones anyway. So so you have Captain America's team, and their team seemed to be doing the best at first. Like they was pretty much executing flawlessly as far
Yeah.
as being a team until Tony messes it up because he does that thing that he always does, which is basically, how do you even put that? When he got the stone, he basically counted his chickens before they had. He's like, okay, we got everything, we got the game sewn up, and then Hulk, bashed him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was fun, I enjoyed the whole, them talking about Captain America's butt. That was hilarious.
America's butt cap.
I love the way Ant-Man is always sucking up to Captain America. Like it's funny.
Because that's his hero.
He's always
That's his
sucking
hero.
up.
Think about it. There's an insect that loves each of the biggest Avengers. Spider-Man loves Tony, right? He looks up to Tony, and Ant-Man looks up to Cap, right?
That's right.
So, it's cool.
Yelling at Tony. You messed up the timelines.
So, that was interesting. The fight between the fact that Captain America can now swear is very interesting because you remember in Age of Ultron, that was a no-go for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, now at least he's using.
I mean, he's learning as time goes.
Yeah, he's using big boy language now, so that was cool. Him fighting himself was also awesome, and getting to see Loki was cool.
That was a good fight scene. I was glad to see that because that was something I was gonna wait till we got to the end with, but I can say it right now. But that was one of the scenes I liked. That was like an actual fighting scene, and another one. I don't know if maybe I'll just wait till we get there. But that was a really good fight scene in this movie. Like it was nice to see people just going 1-on-1.
They can do this all day. Yeah. I know.
So it was nice to see that because a lot of these movies, when it's a bunch of people do the thing I hate in all movies, which, like I said, is at the end, and you can't showcase stuff like that. So yeah, right now that was a good fighting scene right there.
Mm-hmm. And then he walked outside about that is America's. Like, oh, would you like a pat on the back too?
So you get that scene, and that was cool. Then you get to see the Avengers basically interacting with each other, outside of what we actually got to see during the first Avengers movie. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it was to see them after they going in the elevator. Well, everything after beating up Loki. Yeah, hanging out, going down the elevator, and then what's going on downstairs. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Now, what killed me was Hulk trying to get that stone off the Ancient One. That was hilarious.
Oh, crap. Sorry. We need to go back to something. We didn't talk about the elevator scene with Captain America, did we?
Oh, Hell Hydra, no.
Yeah, Hell Hydra. That was my scene.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Right. Like that was the secret password.
Because you were ready for that fight scene in the elevator, and then it didn't happen. It was just a Hell Hydra, and I was just like in my theater, man. Everybody started laughing. You know how you hear that laugh in the theater where some
Yeah.
people get the joke and some don't. You could tell it was a lot of people that did, and it was just like a few in there. Because then after they laughed, they'd have to be like, they had to stop in the middle of the laugh, probably whisper to their girlfriend or a girl whispering to a boyfriend, like, "Oh, this guy's in the comics." This, and I was just like
Yep.
laughing. It was just funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was interesting. You got that whole scene. Then you get the scene with the secretary basically trying to pull rank on Thor, which just didn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm sorry, you're a bureaucrat of some sort, and this is the God of Thunder. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Odin can have whatever's left of him after
Yeah.
that.
It's like, what are you gonna do with him?
You
There's
want
nothing.
the All Father to come down here and rain hell on you? Like, are you stupid? No.
Yeah, it was nothing they were gonna be able to do to him. I don't even understand why they would have wanted, unless they were gonna try to extract some stuff like all governments would probably do. They'd be like, well, "What kind of stuff can you give us for like weapons and stuff like that?" Because I'm pretty
Oh,
sure he
yeah.
wouldn't have
Well,
told
I
him
mean,
anything.
they're
But
gods, so they probably want to know how you get the immortality and all that. I mean, there's knowledge there. It's just there ain't no way that
yeah, he was gonna give it to him or anything. Like it's like, oh man, yeah. All right, we can go back to the who was next, Hulk and the Ancient One.
Hulk and the Ancient One, yeah.
Which I love Hulk before he went to the Ancient One. His whole Hulk smash scene where he's just
Yes.
like
it was
tapping on the
awful.
car.
It was so
And...
pitiful. It was the most pitiful thing I've ever seen.
Oh man, it was great.
It was pitiful. I was like, oh my god, nobody's gonna believe you. Just
Hey, it's hipster Hulk, man. What can you do?
Yeah, it was funny when Hulk pushed up on her, like like when he went to try to take that stone from her, and she just do that whole chest punch. It's over.
she punched the soul out of his ass. Just completely knocked the soul out of him. Just like, oh my god.
I just thought about something else we completely missed before we come back to this. The whole scene when they were putting the plan together, and you had Thor when they was asking him about the stone, explain where the stones. All that whole scene was great when he was trying to figure out where all the stones were, like the best time to get them.
Oh my god.
And Thor sitting up there just depressed, keep talking like, "Oh yeah, this is my old girlfriend. I ain't with her no more, and this is my mom. She's dead, and this is this." And he just keep going. But even before
Tony
that,
was like, all right. He was like, I'm not done.
I love the scene before they even did that when they went to his village or whatever to find him,
Oh yeah.
and when Hulk said Thanos' name and Thor grabbed him and was just like, "Don't you ever see that name?" And then Hulk got super serious. He won't no more. He's like, "You better get your hand off me," and he's just like, "Yep." Yeah, I was just like, he took a hand off him quick. Hulk was about to.
Oh yeah.
He's like, he went
He
from
about to toss him all through New Asgard, boy.
yeah, he went from cornballs straight to complete seriousness. Like I'm crap. I can't believe we forgot about that part. Like jumped past it, but all that stuff was funny. And I was glad to see what's his name, Korg and
Yeah,
what's
Korg, yeah.
and Meek. Is it Meek and
Yeah.
Korg? Yeah, them
Yeah,
two,
Meek
man.
and Korg,
I love Korg.
Children.
Yeah, they threatening kids. He threatening to kill kids. All Thor is.
You just tell him you're gonna kill him? Like, what is wrong with you? That is a child.
All right, we go back to what was it, Ancient One? Is it Ancient One?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
no, wait. Before we do that, since we're already on the store thing,
Yeah.
how shocked were you to see the meat suit on Thor? Because
I kind of knew they were gonna do something stupid with Thor. I knew it.
I didn't know that they would do that, but when I seen it, it won't shock. It was automatic laughter.
was like,
I just
oh
seen it.
my
I just started
god.
laughing, and I was like, okay, I know what they doing now. They completely got him depressed, and like it was funny how they had two different depressions in this movie. They got hardcore Hawkeye depression, and then they got Thor. Let's laugh at him depression. That's
And
the
then
depression he had.
you got Natasha overworking, no eating depression.
Yeah, like it was just funny how they made Thor's like the joke depressed, like the stuff he going through is just it's funny as I don't know, but nobody ain't laughing at Hawkeye or Black Widow. Like
That's probably because he's killing people. And
yeah,
Black Widow is crying and she's a girl and it's really hard to
and
make
Thor
her
just fat
girl.
threatening kids. and drinking. That's
It's
all he
because he's
doing.
funny. Like he tries to make light of everything, even when he's in pain, which is sad. But you can't help but laugh at the fact that he's trying to make everything okay when it's not. And I mean, I wasn't laughing. I was just kind of like, "Oh, this is really sad."
I thought it was hilarious. Like ever since Thor Ragnarok, I've been dying laughing at Thor. Like this dude, he's been my comedy go to right there. Him and the Guardians movies, like it's
He's
that right
awesome.
there. Yeah, so it's
He's
perfect.
probably my favorite out of all of them. So I was just like, you know what? I'd still marry you, Thor. It's cool.
Wow.
I would totally still marry you. So
So I mean, you got that going on. Then oh, we got to hurry it up, by the way, guys, because
yeah, we're
Game of
kind of.
Thrones is going to be starting soon. So
That's why we skipped a lot of things. But no, we were
exactly.
sorry.
Ancient one.
Ancient
All right,
one.
so Ancient One is basically like you're not getting the stone, big man. You're not getting the stone. Now, the only thing I didn't like about the Ancient One in this particular movie is they had a lot of close-ups of her, so you could see where the bald cap was.
Yeah,
And
you
it just
could. You definitely could. I thought I was the only one who's seen that, man. You look like they just called her in real quick. Was like, hey, we need you to show up right now, and they just threw a cap on her head and did the scenes. That was
Yeah,
it was
oh man,
funny.
poor
I
Tilda
thought it was
Swinton.
cool that they explained a little bit about Doctor Strange and how he was, he was supposed to be the best um guardian of the stone, basically.
Yeah.
And that if he made a decision, then no other ancient one is supposed to question that decision. Which
Well, I
is
think it was just that
very
they
cool.
know if he got rid of it, it was a reason. Like it
Mhm.
Right.
was
It
a
wasn't
complete
just
reason why
because
they
he
did it.
he didn't punk out or nothing.
Yeah, she was like, he gave it
She
to
like
me.
it must be a reason. Yeah, she was like that was when she was gonna give it to him. But I like that. This is when they finally explained how time worked too.
Yeah, yeah, because he was like scientifically, she was like, well, let me tell you magically how this works.
Yeah,
I
like
Yeah.
I said, their overall description of time travel was weak, but I at least enjoyed the idea that they even delved into the idea of
trying to
multiple
explain it.
multiple timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you get that. Then you have Thor and Rocket. Now they had overall the easiest mission, and yet this was another moment to make fun of poor Thor.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought that was a very sweet scene.
Yeah, it was a good scene
Um,
to like give him some closure to
yeah,
something that he didn't get
I
to
mean,
do.
I
But
think that
even his mama made fun of him. Like that's what killed me. Even his mama was like, "Bruh,
he's like, eat a salad, bruh.
first of all,
Um,
yes, you did fail. You did. You're
but
a failure."
everybody fails, and that was a good lesson for him to learn. Because think about it. I mean, if Thor believes he is unworthy, he cannot wield Mjolnir.
True enough.
So he needs to understand that he did everything he could at the time,
Yeah.
and that he was still worthy. He was still a warrior, and he was still a hero.
I mean, what's good about Thor? Even in those movies, he didn't do anything that you can look back at ever and be like it's his fault. Anything did happen. Like he
Oh no,
stabbed,
by no means.
yeah, like he
He
stabbed
did the
Thanos in
most.
the yeah he did
Yeah,
he
he did.
stabbed Thanos in the chest. I wouldn't even felt bad about that because that would be a kill blow to anybody. But he got the gauntlet on, and he obviously got some kind of godlike quality to him now. So he'd be like, dude, that was a killing blow you hit him with. He got that damn gauntlet on. So
And
Yeah,
I
it ain't
mean,
your fault.
depending on your point of view, Thor and Chris Hemsworth both kind of do the same thing. So Thor in the movie literally went through the most transformation in order to come and fight Thanos. He literally got hit with the power of a sun in the chest
yeah.
Yeah,
to get enough power to fight Thanos. And Chris Hemsworth has to do the most. I'd say between him and Captain America, they have to do the most to get in shape for these roles and do it, and actually, having to look the part. Unlike people like Tony and what's her name? Oh God, Captain Marvel, and a bunch of the other actors that don't necessarily have to get in that type of
oh,
shape to,
shape. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So like I said,
They
they're
work the
pulling double
hardest.
duty. Oh,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
And then you
Um,
have Nebula.
yeah, you have
Nebula.
Nebula.
Now, do you want to go with Nebula first or
Well,
Hawkeye
shit.
and
Well, now that we think about it, Nebula and and what's his name? Crap, how the hell did I forget his name?
Machine.
Yeah, War Machine. They had it the easiest too. Like they just had to go
because they
knock
just
Peter
had to
Quill
knock
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's
Fighting
where the
really
movie
hard.
takes another dip for me when they get to um, the Nebula War Machine part, and the idea that somehow, and we have to use quantum again. Her quantum network was, she was basically able to see her own memories because apparently not only are they on, recorded, unbeknownst to everybody else, that's been watching her in the movies and the Guardians movies, but apparently having two of them in the same time space just makes them automatically start playing. So I thought that was kind of silly.
I mean, they on the
Automatic
same
play button.
Bluetooth. They got the Bluetooth connected.
They on the
Just
same Bluetooth.
just go with it. They on the
She
same
need
Bluetooth.
she needed to switch routers. Is that what you said?
Yeah, maybe she's about to go watch a movie, and all of a sudden it says somebody already watching your Netflix or something. It was like you got too many people on your account, and she knows she the only person got that password. So they put it two and two together.
Oh
I
no!
mean, yes, kind of how it seemed. I mean, no lie. I mean, they were using the same server, so.
Yeah, so it's whatever.
But
So
yeah, that was cool.
you
I,
get
I
to
didn't
see.
I didn't understand that whole scene where she was like, "I wasn't always this way," and then like you've got War Machine going, "Me neither." Like, what does that mean?
It
Well,
means that he could
he
walk.
always his legs. Yeah, his legs weren't messed up.
Okay, but these things were done to her.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
throughout
mean,
time.
yeah,
technically, him losing his
No,
legs was done to him too.
yeah.
you knew that you might be some sort of casualty. Something might happen. So no, you made a decision, homie. Like this is not the same as what she went through. Like,
I mean,
all
they
right,
both crippled. Anyway,
Yeah, they both messed up. Yeah, that's the whole point of that. It's-
you
so
still got
now we have to add in a messed up another monkey wrench to the time heist, and that now Thanos knows and is aware of what's going on. So then we move on to Ant-Man. I mean, not Ant-Man, to Hawkeye and Black Widow, and they get to see the
that.
Red Skull. Now, here's what killed me. Now, knowing the Red Skull is literally a part of history in that universe, and yet seeing him didn't trigger any alarms to Agents
I
of
think
Shield.
well, I
I
think
think
it's
Hawkeye
that
and
because
Black Widow are Agents of
it would have
Shield.
it would have
this.
made more sense if it was Cap reacting to
Yeah,
that. I mean, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
because
that they didn't just sit there and go, "Let me check my memory archives of what
yeah,
Red
It's
Skull
not even that.
might
The
have
Red
looked like."
Skull was literally the catalyst of Hydra. Hydra is the enemy of Shield. You not knowing what the Red Skull looks like doesn't work.
yeah. But I think it's kind of like I don't want to put him on no Hitler level because if any of us see Hitler, we be like, oh crap, that's Hitler. But I think
Because of the mustache.
I'm trying to think. I know they had the Hydra and all this stuff, but I'm thinking back in the day because I can't remember. I have to watch the movies to know if Red Skull was ever out there, like where it got put out into the public. I think he was never shown. You
Mm-mm.
only knew his regular face, and the Red
No, he
Skull
was
thing was
because
on.
of remember Arnim Zola basically gave up the goods on all of Hydra.
Well, still, I don't
Okay,
think they care about
this,
Red Skull though, because he's like they even if they seen him, they
it
was
don't
read
matter. He's
past him and
dead.
like he's deceased. They would have looked and
Let
been
me put
like
it
back
to
in.
you.
So
They would have
Let me
went
put
like
it to you a different way. Let me put it to you a different way. Let's say, for sake of argument, right, that I worked for the FBI, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm at the FBI in 2019. That's when I worked for the FBI, right? But I still know what J. Edgar Hoover looks like because he founded the FBI. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what if this is the thing too? I
yeah,
think
but he's a
obviously they
villain of the
yeah,
FBI. So you
but
remember every villain the FBI has fought in the past, or
Yeah, it's
no,
not
I don't
every
think.
villain.
But
This is the main dude.
yeah, he's the guy. But this is what I look at it as. I look at it as he's the main guy and all this stuff, but it was in the past. They could have seen it and be like, oh, that's Red Skull. But when they see this dude, he's doing stuff that Red Skull ain't doing. They go, oh, he got a red face, but he's floating. He got a black cloak
right?
on. He
This can be
he ain't
explained.
talking
I don't
about
feel like this
Hitler.
was irrelevant.
He ain't even speaking the same way. Like he talking about oh the stone. Like he's not. So I think that would
But
throw
he's
him back
talking in
off.
German. Come
It
on,
don't
fam.
matter if he talk. No, he probably had a German
He
accent,
spoke
but
in
they just
he
No,
spoke in
he
Spanish and
literally
in
spoke.
German.
He
but
talked
they
to
I
them
just
mean,
in
not in
German.
Spanish. Oh my God, English and German.
When he was talking to Natasha.
Natasha.
He called her Liebchen. That's a German word.
Yes.
I don't think they would have put two and two. I think it's just like
they were worried
something to
about
look
the damn
past.
stone.
Now, what I would like to see is they could have had a freaking after credit scene where Captain America goes see him. That would have been something. We'd be like, oh, that's where you've been at all this time, and you actually see maybe some emotion come out of him because he's like emotionless now. So it'd been funny to see Red Skull see Captain America there dropping off
Yeah, that would have been dope.
That would have been hot.
But he wouldn't have had anybody to give up, so that wouldn't have worked.
But even if they would have noticed him, what would you have wanted from me? Would you want them to go, "Oh no, Red Skull," and they try to punch him or something? Like,
I mean,
what
they
you want
already
them to do?
didn't believe
No,
him.
I wouldn't have wanted them to like freak out. I would have wanted them to acknowledge, like, "Hey, are you the Red Skull? What? How are you here?" You know.
The reason why I think they got
So-
it where they just don't have him know about it, I think that they just got them to not really even knowing about it because I would let that pass. I'd be like, okay, you're right, Jacob. There's probably some bad writing. But then they even say it later on. Like he say, go see that red. He didn't say go see Red Skull. He say, you go fly you go fly your ass over there and go talk to that red faced guy that's floating around. Like he didn't go, go talk to Red Skull or whatever. They mention it even again. So I think they know it's supposed to be them two. Then I'm guessing they don't know. Like they probably know who Red Skull is. But it's like I say, it's the past. I think they seeing so much crazy stuff. They don't have time to be worried about some dude from the past that's supposed to be dead or something. I don't think they care, even if they would have.
So moving on from there.
Yeah.
So the fight between Natasha and Clint was awesome because it gave us a callback to when Loki had control of Hawkeye. And you got that fight. So now you get to see them both in full. In control of their own minds, fight each other, to see who's going to sacrifice themselves. And,
I mean, he was obviously not fighting her to kill her. He was just trying to stop her.
To stop her, right. So, you get that really great fight scene. I really enjoyed that.
The best part about that wasn't, the fight for me. It was the after. When he was in that lake and
not even the lake. I want to say a part. I want to see if Jacob caught this Easter egg since he catches everything else when they did the fight and they're hanging off the cliff. Do you know what Easter egg they were doing?
Besides the Lion King? No, I'm just kidding.
It was Cliffhanger the movie. See, there you go. You didn't even catch it. See?
Shame on you. Shame on your cow.
Really?
Shame on you, Drew.
So moving on from there, so Natasha makes her sacrifice, and that was actually to me that was the girl power moment of the movie. If you want,
absolutely, it was one of them anyway.
Yeah, that was like one of the best girl power moments because you really got to see the fact that Black Widow is,
she's the goat.
Down for the cause. She is the goat.
Yeah, she was like, you've got to help them. You've got a family to get back to. I'm Auntie Nat, and I'm gonna go and do this for the people that I love and for my family. So I was like, I was sad for her, but I understood her, and I probably would have done the same if I was her. So it was, it was exactly what she needed to do.
Right. So that story beat happens. He wakes up, he's guts and stone, and we're all sad. The whole theater was crying.
That's where the sniffling started. Just like, oh.
So, you have all of that going on. Basically, all the other stones get nabbed up. And it's basically time for everybody to start returning. And, then you have Tony and Cap who have to do another jump, essentially because of Tony's screw up. And Tony has this really kind of awkward moment with his dad, but it was also kind of heartwarming in a way. I felt like it was kind of a waste of time, but at the same time, it was a fun.
I think that's what prepared Tony for what he had to do.
Yeah,
because that was Tony's whole worry was, hey, you left me, you died, and I grew up without you, and Tony finally realized right there that as a father, you do the best you can.
Yeah. He got to see that his dad cared about him a whole lot because he always think that his dad didn't care nothing about him.
Yeah.
He seated it the way his dad was talking about him. He wasn't even there yet. Like, wasn't even born yet. And he's just like...
And there's nothing that he couldn't do for him. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good scene. And
And
then
we got Captain
after
America
seeing,
seeing Peggy. Yeah.
yep, that
Mm-hmm.
was a good scene. And and then they do their thing and they leave. Um, and you get to see a young Hank come again, which was funny.
Oh yeah.
He was still he was
And
still horrible. Oh my god, that man was awful.
oh, and you get the good Stanley cameo, last Stanley cameo that will ever gets arrested.
Man, it
Stan.
was so funny. A lot of people didn't even know that was him. That's why I was like, "How y'all
Wow.
didn't know that?" I don't know.
It's
It was a
Stan.
Called
lot of
noobs. It's
people did
called being
not.
noobs.
It was a lot of people didn't know that was him. I was like, "How you not know that's him?"
Make peace, not war, man.
Same voice, everything. So that was cool.
With the
And they
young
were
chick in the car. Like with the granddaughter in the car.
No,
I'm
that won't his
and
granddaughter.
that was his woman.
Some young woman in picked
No,
up. Hey, I'm the guy who created Spider-Man. Get in the car. And then he's
And
going off.
Excelsior. So
Dude.
you get to see that scene.
R.I.P. Stan, we love you.
Then then all the stones get brought back, and then like I said, then the plot foolishness happens where basically everybody's teamed up in the same room, not even worried about where Nebula is. And they
I
start,
mean,
they make their makeshift Infinity Gauntlet. They put the stones in, and then they argue about who's gonna wield it. And again,
You know what's
nobody's
funny?
worried about Nebula.
Hold on. I gotta say something about that gauntlet. Thanos had to go to a planet where people made special weapons to even hold that, but Tony Stark just made him a nice little Tony Stark robot gauntlet glove thing.
Again, this is where the plot falls apart.
Okay. Well, you did say that. You're right.
So, they make their little bootleg gauntlet. Then they argue about who's gonna wield it. And Thor's like, "Let me be useful, guys.
Now,
I know I'm
for
half
sure.
drunk, and
well,
and if I snap my fingers, my wish might include, beer coming from,
yeah,
waterfalls."
that's the
But
thing because I've seen people arguing about that the wrong way. I've seen people saying he ain't strong enough because he out of shape. I was like, that has nothing to do with
No,
his mind.
his
His
mind wasn't
mind is
strong
not
enough.
right now. And I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of reviews there. People keep saying, "Oh, he's out of shape and he's drunk." I was like, that has nothing to the way his mind is. He's depressed there. I can see him going. He snapped. He ain't thinking nothing about. He'll probably be like,
He,
"I want to bring back people. I want to bring my mama back. I want
yeah,
to do
he
this."
gonna
Like
bring
he just could be doing
everybody
all
back.
kind of crap. And you be
He
like,
be
bro,
overpopulating.
you can't do
now,
that. So
now, speaking of Infinity Gauntlet, can we agree that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they basically reduced the Infinity Gauntlet and the stones to basically a genie that you don't have to talk to? Like,
do you wish you had it? It was like the Dragon Balls, and you had to summon something to come and talk
yes,
to it.
for all intents and purposes, the MCU now has their own Dragon Balls because that is what the Infinity
And they had
Stones.
to go find it on a different
Yeah,
planet. Oh
we just connected
no!
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z Easter egg. We got it.
I hate y'all. Why you gotta do this to me? They had it on
Goku
there.
confirmed for the next Dragon Ball Z movie. We know
What you
who.
talking about? Goku was
Look,
already in the movie. I
no,
seen him.
no,
He
no.
had yellow hair and boobs.
Look. We already know who about to take on Captain Marvel now. It's gonna be what's his name? The bald headed alien dude that was beating up Goku.
Oh, Jiren.
That's who. Yeah, that's who's gonna come and have to take her on. That's the only
Jiren
man
gonna be
power
like
enough.
Thanos' long lost brother.
Had
He gonna come
more,
out of nowhere.
one more haircut, and she would
He
be
gonna
Jerry.
find out that she's the one who didn't come and save his planet when his people was getting executed. That's where it's all connected. There you go.
Oh Lord. So
Lord.
so they decide. Hulk is basically like, I'm the only one strong enough. I have to do this. It produces gamma radiation. I'm made of gamma radiation. So let's do this thing.
Still screwed
So
as a.
meanwhile, again, nobody's asking, "Hey, where's Nebula?" And she's basically teleporting in an army and Thanos and
Oh, but
everything.
look, here go another plot hole. She
Wait,
can make them. No. Look, she can make them come back. She didn't need none of them Pym particles and none that they needed, and she just did that perfectly
no,
fine just with the. Oh,
they
go
took
ahead.
it
She
from her.
used
They
she used the
yeah,
other
they
Nebula's Pym
replicated.
particles.
Yeah, they took
She
her
stole.
particles.
Okay, she stole them
Came
from
in
who?
on the ship. Yeah, they
Oh,
stole them from the original
but
Nebula.
no, I'm saying even if she took that, I'm talking about when she activated the time machine thing again. She just like made her hands come out and it went into the machine like Cyborg be doing. Like she did
Because
some.
Because you didn't need Pym particles to activate
to activate it. Okay, well, I
Pym
don't know.
particles.
And you
But
also
how?
got to remember that Rocket already kind of covered this when he was talking to the Earthlings. He's like, "It's nice that you guys cracked this time travel thing, but let's not forget that
Yeah, he
we
did
do
say
this
you
thing."
just. Yeah, he said you just a
Like the
smart. What did he
smartest
say?
man
Something like
on Earth.
you just a genius on Earth or something. What did he say? He said something like
Yeah,
that. Like we in space.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Nebula back. She bring
Oh
everybody
Lord.
in. He did the
Yeah.
snap. Hulk did the
So
snap.
they
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then they get shot with goddamn photon torpedoes in Earth orbit and
I'm
just destroy
surprised.
everything.
I thought Ant-Man was gonna die because it hit him head on, like them
Bro, he ain't
explosions.
have no helmet on or nothing. That was his
Yeah,
face, fam.
yeah.
Well,
He
he did.
should.
He did. He. I think that as soon as that happened, his suit activated and turned him into a
Yeah, you
mini
mean
him.
the plot
You
activated and he
Yeah, you
became
think? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Cause goes you acting Saudi. What you just said, he got ultra instinct. His suit, dude. That ain't the way that thing work at all.
We already went to the fact that this is like a semi Dragon Ball movie, so it is not that far.
All
Oh
right,
man.
so
It's
that
fighting systems,
happens.
okay?
Then everybody's in disarray. Thanos is coming off his ship like he's a boss again. You know,
I mean, he thinks he's
Gamora,
still
for some
tall.
reason, Gamora is still messing with him even after finding out that, hey, that Soul Stone? Yeah, you were the sacrifice.
I don't think
Yeah.
she finished saying that. Did she? Did she finish telling her? Because she was like,
Um,
"You want to know what he does to you," and that's when the other one just like started whooping
I
her
mean, but
ass.
she know,
oh yeah, and then
but she didn't want him to get it anyway. Like even though
Right.
past her never wanted, because remember she hid it in the past that one
right,
stone from him. So yeah, I mean we know she was
it is
good. It
what
was
it
just
is.
her thinking about it. It was just them forcing her to become good way before she actually was supposed to.
Before she was
So
ready. Yeah.
yeah,
True
so
enough.
that's all that was. So that was
So
good. That was still good.
you have that.
I was kind of mad. Okay, I'm sorry. This goes beyond. We haven't gotten there yet. Never mind. Go ahead.
So again with the plot, we disable part of the Hulk.
Yeah, so
Rhodey and Captain.
he can't even get his one back, his fade
Yeah,
back. You know, his one on
nah,
one.
that fade still ran. So so now they're basically about to drown, and Ant-Man is gonna come and save the day, of course. But the scene that got me that I really like, even though they straight stole it from Alien, was Clint in the bottom of the hallway getting chased down by Thanos' minions, and he is running for his life. Because it's like at that point you realize Clint Barton, the only superpower he has is great focus. Because this man is a gone like yesterday. He sees that gauntlet, he hears that noise, he sees
he
them things in the hallway, and he
he
is
was Al
gone.
Bundy. He was Al Bundy in that one
Clint,
game where
Clint
he
was
had to
like,
get them
"Wait a
touchdowns.
minute,
He
something's
had to get them
wrong."
touchdowns. He was gone. He was at his best
Yep.
when he was running.
Yep.
He was gone, boy.
He
Clint
was
Barton turned
alone.
into
So
Forrest Gump, boy. So he is gone. So now, then you have basically the other Avengers who realize that Thanos is where he is. So you have Tony, Thor, and
Captain
Cap.
America, they was like, "Yo, we really gonna try to go fight this dude? Like, we gonna let's go push up on him, like, cause
Yep.
he was back there sitting on the ground, no helmet on, weapon sitting to the side, did not curl, like
yeah, they were like, "What is he doing?" He's like, "Nothing."
nothing. They was like, he ain't doing
So
nothing. He just sitting.
you
Mhm.
got Thor dual wielding. You got
Mhm.
Cap, ready to go with America's ass ready to go, and then you got Tony. So apparently when you power up with both hammers, it braids your stuff up all nice and gives you just a little bit of your armor come back, and you don't see your pudge as much.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, it's
It's
because he
hard.
had it was like one of those what do you call them, waist trainers. His suit was like a waist trainer.
Man, that armor's got them, what do you call them when those corsets, the strings in the back?
Yeah, of course.
You're right. That was like a corset for Thor there. Leave that man be.
So that happens. That comes through.
Right?
So they start the fight, and this was actually a really
Yeah,
good looking fight.
this is the other great fight scene. We had Captain America fighting Captain America. We had well, what's name?
And
With Black
Hawkeye
Widow and them
versus
won't really that was like a mini little thing. But this fight right here between these three versus that one was really
Mhm.
good. Now, any other fights
I love
after
how they
this,
started off.
any other fights after that is, I say, trash because it's the big CGI versus CGI, and you can't just pinpoint one person. Just like, oh, look at Hulk right here having a big long one-on-one with such and such something. No, it's just everybody just clashing together. But any fights between them three and him, they are always perfect. It was like badass.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, you get them clashing against each other. The fight goes on. Basically Captain America is getting knocked out through most of the fight. Then Tony is second up with the most knockouts. And then you have basically Thor one-on-one and Thanos a couple of different times. And then another plot device happens, which is, in what world is Thanos worthy of holding Mjolnir or Stormbreaker? What
he
the
did
heck
not
is going
touch
on
Mjolnir.
here?
He did not touch Mjolnir. He only took Stormbreaker.
But the Stormbreaker don't have that thing on it though, do it? Where it's the worthy thing at all?
No, I don't think it's.
I think anybody can.
But then why? But then Captain America called it to him, so it must have some sort of magic on it.
Yeah, I think he just because he was in that thing where he already got the hammer.
I hate to be that guy, but in the comic book, Stormbreaker can only be wielded by Beta Ray Bill and or Thor, depending on the situation.
Agreed.
Well, I'm saying in the movies, I don't even remember him doing a speech on it or anything. But like whoever worthy, whatever. They ain't do none of that because remember, even Groot picked it up, even when he was putting it together and cut his arm off and stuff to make it. Like I don't know, it's just I don't think that has
Groot is a tree, and remember like that they
there's
put
no worth there.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever. But anyway, we'll move on from there. So then the moment that I enjoyed a lot happened, where everybody has basically caught that fade. They are done. They are down.
And Cap is the only one standing with.
No, we didn't know he was standing yet.
It's about to be a death blow to Thor. Thor is about to check out of this mortal coil.
Then you see the hammer shaking.
Then you see the hammer shake, and like everybody held their breath, and me, I'm like, it's Cap. Obviously, Tony does not have the testicular fortitude to handle Mjolnir.
Well, we know he ain't worthy. He ain't worthy ever. He ain't gonna be worthy to pick it up.
So it's Cap. So the hammer wiggles and then it flies to an unknown person. Then you see Captain America holding it. That is a moment from the comics. So I enjoyed it.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Then Cap
was putting the boots to his ass. Doing combo break. He's doing all the combos. He's doing all the combos. He's just
He's taking that health bar down.
This man, I mean, you see Hadoukens and Shoryukens coming out of nowhere.
He brought lightning down on the man. I was like, oh man.
I think one of the coolest is when he threw the shield out. It hit Thanos. Then he threw the hammer, and the hammer bounced off the shield and hit him with the hammer. Like it
was like the wave, the shock wave.
It was definitely Ultimate Alliance in that thing.
It was. It sure was.
He was shooting the lightning across the ground. Like he was just working everything. He had everything.
Right. But then Thanos remembers who he is. He's like, hold on, bro. You got these weapons, but you still like an ant. So he starts just basically because Captain America's a man. He's gonna be tired.
Destroyed it.
So when he got up on that shield and just starts wailing on that thing, and it takes everything. And like if you weren't paying attention to the movie, I understand, but y'all have to understand that Captain America's arm broke.
Yes, and you could see it like when he strapped it, like this huge like gap opening, and his bones.
Oh, we lost Sadi. I don't hear anything.
Y'all lost me too for a second, but I'm back.
All right. I still don't hear Sadi.
Hold on. We have to wait for
her. Okay, there you go. We can hear you.
All right, you went out for a second.
Yes, I know. I can hear y'all.
So Homeboy's arm breaks, and the only reason that he even doubles up on the strap for what's left of his shield is because his arm is broken.
Yeah.
So, he about to give I can do this all day. And then all of a sudden he gets Sam's voice in his ear.
Oh,
he's standing by himself. He was like
then the plot breaks down further.
I'm sorry, but that was one of my favorite parts. I don't care about the plot at that point.
I loved Sam coming in. I loved the Wakandans coming in and being like,
the spirals, like
yeah.
I want to hear what Jacob's his the plot thing right here. I'm ready to hear what this is.
What's your beef?
So here we go. So when the Wakandans start coming in and the sorcerers are basically bringing everybody in from Wakanda, because let's be clear, everybody that was fighting in Infinity War died in Wakanda. Okay? So when they start bringing people in and you see Black Panther come in and then everybody starts coming in, bringing all the black people through the same portal was kind of weird. All the main black heroes. But I let it slide. I was like, whatever. It's cool. So you see them come in, and then Cap sees his people. He's ready because he was about to literally try to fight an army by himself. So you see everybody start coming in, and you get Captain America, looking at everybody. He goes, "Avengers!" And I wanted him to yell "Assemble!"
Assemble!
Yeah.
Assemble.
Like I wanted him to pull a Thundercat. Yeah.
Assemble.
I thought he was about to pull a Lion-O, but he didn't do that. So, they go in and the fight begins, and then Ant-Man comes out, and it's all cool. And they're fighting, and then Clint, who's basically what people don't understand is that Clint is the MVP of that whole scene, because while everybody's wailing on Thanos, this man has literally kept the Infinity Gauntlet away from
yeah, from everybody. He's just been running around.
He sure did. Running down.
He got the juke stick. He juke sticking everybody. He juke sticking everybody. He what else? He hitting people in the face. He's just running through. He's gone.
So
that was he was the running back. He had it.
So he pops up with the Infinity Gauntlet. And the fight's going on, and everybody's, fighting the minions of Thanos, and it's going. And then Thanos is like, "Hey, I came here for something." So he sees the Infinity Gauntlet. He tells his people, "Hey, y'all need to go grab that off of Robin Hood over there, because this ain't gonna work for me." So he starts going. They start going for it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm now out of my league." So then it's time to pass the ball to Black Panther. And Black Panther basically just takes this thing and runs with it. And nobody is touching Black Panther. Like, it's just...
they tried, but that suit, though.
It's like we got Black Panther from Civil War back. We didn't get Black Panther, the movie we didn't get Punk Black Panther. No, we got Civil War Black Panther. We got T'Challa in this thing.
Yep.
So, he comes through and he's just like untouchable. But of course, then it becomes too much for him because he can't fly nothing. So then Spider-Man come up, he gets it. He gets the ball and he's running with the ball. And, of course, just seeing him bring back out the arms was great.
Huh?
Oh, what'd you say, Drew? You went out.
I was gonna say he did his kill mode or whatever. He finally activated that, the death thing.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what he called it. I don't remember what it's called. Where it just starts killing people. His suit just started wrecking people.
And he was like, "I got this. I don't got this." And
right.
then, Cap threw the hammer, and he was like, "Hang on."
Right. So then you get Valkyrie, and she saves him, and and then we get then Captain Marvel comes through, destroys the ship. And
no, you skipped a part.
What did I skip?
Dang it.
The women. He gonna say the women. She gonna say the women.
No, that hadn't happened yet.
It hadn't.
No, Scarlet
Witch did happen because that's why.
Yeah, that's why the ship. But before that, it was
the airstrike. So no, this is where.
It down yet.
Huh?
They hadn't called down the airstrike yet. So you're right. Scarlet Witch comes in.
Right.
And this is the thing. Everybody's talking about Captain Marvel is the strongest, and no, she's not. Scarlet Witch is the strongest. You know how we know Scarlet Witch is the strongest? Because Thanos, he had something for Captain Marvel. He had nothing.
Yeah, he freaked out as soon as she picked up and just started ripping him apart. He was like, start shooting. He was just like, start shooting the ground. He's like, hey, what about everybody? He's like, do it. He's just like, I don't care. He's like, get this woman off of me.
Yeah.
And the thing is that Scarlet, it wasn't like
She was
Scarlet Witch was struggling. She wasn't struggling to pull him apart.
No, she was just
She was
mad.
doing it slowly so that she could watch him die.
Yep.
Like
she was pissed. She was pissed. He was like, I don't even know you. I feel like that made her angrier. I feel like that's what made her like extra angry because he was already mad. But he was like, I don't even know you. She's like, oh, you will.
So, you know,
Wait
then you
for
get
it.
that whole thing. Then you get the airstrike. Everybody's again in disarray again. And then Captain Marvel comes, as she is known to do, being late. And, you know, she destroys the ship. She gets, then she grabs the gauntlet. And then they have the dumb little girl power moment, which made no sense and literally destroyed every fun girl moment that I had up until that point. Because seeing Rescue with Iron Man, and for those of you who are not familiar with the comics, Rescue is Pepper
Iron
Potts.
Man,
So,
yeah, Pepper in her suit.
Right.
That was beautiful.
That was awesome. Seeing Ant-Man and Wasp working together, that killed the game. Seeing Scarlet Witch, for me, seeing Scarlet Witch be Scarlet Witch was my moment. I love that. Right?
She was awesome.
So then you mess it up by saying
even Valkyrie had her moment to shine. I mean, Valkyrie was it too. I was like, get him.
So then that all gets basically destroyed because now we have to have some weird little scene where somehow all the female Avengers are just together for no real reason.
To help the powerful Avenger, the one that just took out the ship.
To help the invincible Avenger. So
well, I think that when they bring all the women together, I think they just want to do a quick like shout out to people. What was it, Avengers A Force or whatever? Like
they wanted to shout out a bad comic book. Okay, sure.
well, I mean, they still wanted to do it. I guess I don't know. That's what you're gonna be seeing. That's what you're gonna be seeing soon in the future, anyway, with these movies. So,
I won't be seeing that. I ain't paying for that. I'm not paying for an all-black Avengers team. I'm not gonna pay for an all-white Avengers team. I'm not gonna pay for an all-female Avengers team. I want a good Avengers team. Stop with this stupid stuff. It don't make no sense. There's no precedent to have an all-black Avengers team or an all-female Avengers team.
I mean, I'll watch it if it's actually some good storytelling, and that's where you have a problem. If you can write the story and sprinkle in whatever it is you want to sprinkle in, but if you can write the story first and not start with an agenda and then try to fit a story into it, it'll be a decent story.
Well, not only that, but I say it stretches the plausible deniability of the already fantastical story to its limits.
Right.
It's like, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Mighty Avengers, the all-black team, but let's be clear here. There's no possible reason why all the Negro Avengers should just get together to form a team just because it doesn't make any sense. It's just like there's no real reason for all the females to get together on one battlefield just because it's stupid. It's literally just dumb. And it's like, can we just not do that ever again? I mean, we know they're gonna do it, but can we not? So that happened. So that took me out of the movie. I know Drew, for you that wasn't really that big of a deal.
Nope, I didn't care. I was like, whatever. It was another just scene to me.
So ultimately they win the battle. They win the day. They defeat Thanos because Tony is able to snap his fingers and destroy his entire body in the process.
Without the gauntlet either. Yet again, on something else with the gauntlet thing.
I really appreciated that the Russos stuck to their guns and didn't let Captain Marvel just overwhelm Thanos. So
you mean that One Punch Man moment?
Oh yeah, when he One Punch Man her out into I feel like she woke up in the credits. Like she woke up at the funeral. Like everybody else
had a moment.
Everybody else was like they was getting ready for Tony's funeral, and then she just woke up like, "Where's Thanos?" And they're like, "Chill, bro. It's over.
It's over. It's good. We're good. We won. Yeah.
It's okay. You did your thing. Good job on the show."
Yeah. Even though Scarlet was taking over your job after you got knocked out, but whatever.
We won't worry about that. So that happens. We get the funeral of Tony Stark.
Actually, before the funeral, I love that scene where they had that husband and wife moment, and you also had, you had that moment with him and Spider-Man. Because when he first saw Spider-Man, he just gave him this hug. It's like, I'm so glad to see you back, and Spidey was kind of like, what are you doing? And then you had
that hurt my soul.
It did, and then that last part where you just had to basically peel Peter off of him, you know. And then you had his wife come in, and she was like, instead of having her just break down, that was another like girl power moment, like true power.
That was a real girl power moment.
Yeah, because she was sitting there. It's like, it's okay, babe, you can let go. It's fine. We're going to be fine. You did good. So that right there just like had everybody in the theater just in tears.
Yeah. So, they're basically, the funeral happens, they're wrapping everything up. Then you get the scene with Cap going to basically fix everything that was broken about the timeline. And then the movie falls apart yet again. Because, we're told that there are multiple timelines because of what they did. And that basically, that Cap has to fix them. Steve has to fix them.
Yeah, that's the biggest, I think, messed up thing they did is because he started a whole new timeline by going back and living through that time. Even if he didn't fight in no war or anything, he's messed up some stuff just living there and growing old and through all that time. So
let's be clear here. No matter what they tell us about time travel, in that timeline, whatever you want to call it or whatever, Steve Rogers effectively murdered Sharon Carter.
Erased. Not murdered. He didn't kill her. She was never born.
So anyway, Sharon Carter is dead now.
She's not dead. She wasn't born. She didn't exist.
So, then of course he gives the shield to Falcon,
which I called when we had a conversation a long time before this movie would come out.
Right.
Yeah.
You said they'd get the Winter Soldier because you said that's what they did in the comics first, but I was like, in today's time, it'll be they looking at it what they can use as what's going on in today's time, so they know that story will be way more.
Yeah, and I'm about to
interesting to people.
I'm about to destroy your theory in just a second, Drew. But you keep going.
All right, well, you go ahead. No. I'm just saying that's it. I can see them doing it to him first because they gonna do it. They gonna have him be Captain America. They gonna have people doubting him and saying, "You ain't my Captain America," and that's exactly what it's gonna be. Him getting trash talk because he black and this and that, and then there you go. Eventually, it's gonna go to Winter Soldier. Then
Guys,
that's exactly what's gonna happen.
So let's now that's all fine, well and good. Now here's the reality of the situation. So we get all those scenes. We get Thor giving New Asgard to Valkyrie and going off with the Guardians of the Galaxy. We get all that fun stuff, right? And then the movie kind of just ends. Now, looking at the future of the MCU, since we've already alluded to it, Marvel basically has shown that they talk a good game. They talk a good game about diversity. They talk a good game about inclusion. But they don't believe that crap. And I'll tell you why they don't believe that crap. They didn't believe it with Captain Marvel, so they had to basically trick the fans into thinking that Captain Marvel would have this huge impact on Infinity War. She was in the movie for 15 minutes. Her movie had nothing whatsoever to do with Endgame. And people that fell for it got tricked. Fine. You know what I mean? It's not like they didn't do that with Finn in the Star Wars movies. So they tricked you. We know that Disney is good for that. Okay? Then they're gonna get you again because they remember. See, the thing is, Disney is smart, but Marvel as an entity is smarter. And I'll tell you why. They hedged their bet yet again. See, they remember that Black Panther money. They remember that the black audience, they came out for Black Panther. The female audience didn't really come out for Captain Marvel, but the black audience showed up for Black Panther. So they give Falcon the shield or whatever. Is Falcon getting his own Captain America movie? Oh no, he's not. He's going to the streaming service. You know why he's going to the streaming service? Because they want him to prove himself there before they actually believe in Anthony Mackie to be Captain America. See, Marvel ain't slick. They don't care. They're not about to do anything crazy. They know better.
Oh no, I
So
ain't saying they doing it because they care about anything. I think they doing it just because they know that's what's the time thing. Just the same way I hear people complain about the women all getting together, even though it'll be people who hate it. Some people will enjoy that that's going on because that's what's going on in today's time. Like that's the big
and
topic is women.
I guarantee you that movie won't happen in the way that you think it's gonna happen.
Oh
I
no,
guarantee you.
it probably. I don't even have a thought on how it's gonna happen. I don't even know if that movie will happen. I think what's gonna happen will be something like the Captain America Civil War thing, where at some point everybody gonna team up in that movie. It ain't gonna be, you know, Avengers A Force or nothing. I think it's gonna be some big thing where they get together in one of the movies. Like, but it's not. That's not gonna be the main point of the movie, though.
Yeah. And I guarantee you that they have two alternate plans for Thor. If Men in Black, the one with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson does well, then Valkyrie will become the next Thor. And if it
Yeah,
doesn't do all that well, then they might shoehorn it in to where she's in like a teen movie, but they're not going to commit to it fully.
yeah. Like, cause
So,
I definitely see them in the future doing. They gonna do it eventually, no matter when it's happened. They gonna do that woman Thor story. It's gonna
oh
happen.
yeah, definitely, one way or the other,
And
it's gonna happen.
like I said, I can see it. I can see that. I
I,
know
I don't
eventually.
I don't want to
Oh,
hear this swearing that you got going on right now. Like I had a
Oh, you mean
moment.
female Thor?
Stop swearing, okay? Stop it.
And
This
for
is
all of
a
you Jane
this
Foster
is a
fans, all three of you Jane Foster fans, Jane Foster will not be back. She will not be Thor. It will be Valkyrie. You're welcome.
but yeah,
this,
I think it's gonna be
this is
like
some blasphemy.
as time is going. I mean, and people can say it's bad or whatever. You know, gonna be bad from these first set of films, and they talking about. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more people of color. It could be Mexican characters, freaking what Asian ones. There's gonna be more people coming in. Like, and you have your gay characters. I notice what they doing for this thing. Where, like I said, I don't care. You know, I don't care about nothing like that. But I know it's people that's gonna blow up if that's what they
Oh
end up
yeah,
doing.
there's
Which I
definitely
think
gonna
they're
be
gonna.
some
I know
backlash.
it's gonna be people mad about it, but I'm just like, you know, whatever. It's gonna happen. If they don't want to watch it, just don't watch it.
Pretty
I'm pretty
much.
sure.
That's all you. That's what you do. Vote with your feet. Vote with your wallet. Now, here's the interesting thing. Since the Russos are leaving,
Uh,
and again, I have a lot of people that come in the comments that that hit us up on Twitter, that hit us up on social media in the groups and tell us that the Russos leaving is not a big deal. I'm going to tell you one thing. Yes, it is because
well,
y'all have a short memory. Y'all
wait.
don't remember how mediocre the Marvel movies were before the Russos got on. Before Captain America Winter Soldier, Joss Whedon had a mediocre Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So at the end, you know how the end credits happen, and then you've got that little extra scene at the end. These guys
Yeah.
are like, well, if you need to hear something, hear some clanking from probably Asgard somewhere, you know. But it
It's
really
Tony in
didn't
the
do
afterlife building
anything.
his Iron Man angel suit.
I mean, they had nothing for you. They were just like, we're leaving, so I don't know what they're gonna do after they leave.
Like I
So
say, I truly believe, and I mean this from more so a fan and financial standpoint. They're going to drive the Marvel Cinematic. They need to chill out for a couple of years, but they're not going to do that. They're going to drive the Marvel Cinematic Universe straight over a cliff. They are. Because they're going to start trying. They think that they're invincible. They think they can make whatever movie they want, and they don't have to necessarily appeal to everyone. See, that was the thing about the Russo brothers. They made a movie for everyone. Everybody had a character they enjoyed. Everybody had moments in these movies that they enjoyed. Nobody was left out. And I guarantee you that going forward, they're going to adopt the mentality that we can make whatever movie we want and you will see it. And, and we don't really care what you think about it. And we all know that usually ends in failure. It might not fail the first time. Spider-Man Far From Home, which is a useless movie now, by the way, because somehow we have to explain how in the world Peter Parker is still rolling with his friends. Did they return him to his previous timeline? Did they put him back in high school with all his friends? How is he hugging his best friend in high school 5 years after he would have graduated? It
I'm
doesn't
guessing
make
they're
any
gonna. The
sense.
only thing I think of is that they saying that pretty much all his friends. That's the only way they're gonna do it. Is that all you like crap? That's unlucky that all his friends got
Maybe that's college.
snapped. That they all got snapped away. No, in college you don't go on field trips.
I mean, depends if you're like on the debate team in college.
And
Maybe
how are you in college with everybody that's 5 years older than you?
because
You
he's
see,
smart.
none of this makes any
He's a
sense.
scientist. I know
But
you
no,
played Spider-Man the game.
no. But
This is foolishness.
I think what it is. I think because it. I think they messed up a long time ago before we even got in game. They were showing Spider-Man trailers, which made me go, "Well, Spider-Man alive? Y'all just never told that." I said that a long time ago. So we got Spider-Man. What I'm thinking happened is they just gonna say all his main core friends is got snapped with him because it's gonna. I'm pretty sure because in the trailer you see whatever his friend's name is, the fat guy. You see that bully guy. You see the married. I guess she married Jane. Like you see all these people that you've seen in the other movies. So I guess they just gonna say they all got snapped. That's the only thing they could be doing. Like I say, which is super unlucky for him. Well, it's lucky for him because all his friends and stuff is still the same people.
None of that
Yeah,
makes
like
any sense.
it don't, but that's what I think they gonna do. Like I said, they do
Like I
bad with
said,
them trailers. They can't be coming out with a trailer after not after what is it, Infinity War, and have Spider Man come right after that, showing the trailers for a movie that ain't even came out yet, showing what happened. We already know he gonna live. Like that was just bad. That was
and that
horrible.
pulls into question the Black Widow movie that they swore up and down was in development.
No,
And
wait,
now, what does that even
wait,
mean?
no, wait, because you've got Hulk saying that when he snapped his fingers, he wished for Nat to come back too.
Right, you
Did
can
he?
go
So
back wherever you died.
yes, he did say that, and she probably came back on the ground where she ended up. So she's all alone on the
So what you're
planet.
saying is that she's now starving, chilling
Right,
with the
she
rest of
gonna
them.
die of starvation now instead of
I,
falling
I
off
don't
the
even
cliff.
I don't even remember Hulk saying this snap thing, but if he did, it is
He
funny.
did.
Yeah, he did.
That would
Went
be
He
up to,
funny.
said
to
he
talk.
was
I
like
tried to
he's
get
like
her back.
when I did the snap, I tried my hardest to get her back. I really did, and it didn't work out. Or maybe it did work out. We don't
They
know.
don't know.
What
They
we
just
do know.
I don't know what they assumed would happen if you try to
Right.
get her back. You didn't even go check to see if she.
Here's the
You know
other
what?
thing. Did
I
Iron
think it's
Man
time
kill
we wrap this
Gamora?
up.
Did Iron Man kill Gamora?
I don't think so because she won't part of Thanos' thing.
I mean,
Like
Yes, she was.
she
I
was.
mean,
According,
she was, but
remember,
she
with the
turned. She
information,
helped.
it
So I
doesn't
think
matter.
that it
He didn't
didn't.
know that. He
Yeah,
was
he
fighting
wasn't part
that.
of
He
that.
was getting his brains knocked out by Thanos. He didn't know that.
Yeah, but he just got rid of Thanos' army. I don't think he said everybody. He go Thanos,
Those
Gamora,
that are on
this.
Thanos'
Like he did.
side.
Yeah, whoever on Thanos, and she went on Thanos' side at that point. So I think,
Shit.
and then you
Here's the
had,
problem. Here's the problem. Peter was looking for her at the
yeah,
end of the movie. So
yeah,
that
he was
means she's
searching
gone again.
because she left. I think she just hauled ass. First of all, she ain't got no connection with him. She don't even know who the hell he is. So
How would she get off the planet?
I don't know. I'm saying I'm pretty sure in the movie she gonna probably been and got in some damn ship and bounced. I mean, it is a lot of ships there. The ships didn't snap away and shit. There's gonna be ships and stuff,
No,
and
the ships
whoever
did
died.
snap away. The
They did.
Chitauri
They
ships
snapped it
actually
up.
did snap away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
they dissolved
I
and
ain't seen
everything.
this. I seen them big.
Everything
I seen them
dissolved.
big snake things
Those are
snap. Whatever.
ships.
Those are ships.
Well, whatever they are, but they some kind of aliens. I mean, slash robotic things.
Look at
That's why I
Tony
ain't never
killed
think nothing
Gamora.
about them.
Tony killed Gamora. Just like
He ain't kill her. Yeah, I don't.
he
I
did.
didn't
I
even
mean,
think
I'm
that.
sure they'll bring her back.
Look,
Plot
Tony killed
Soon as
Gamora and Captain America killed Sharon
no,
Carter.
I
Okay,
think
they both killed her.
well, look, if you think that he killed her, I think they would show the scene of Gamora being sad that her sister gone because they got back together, but they didn't. They showed what's name searching for her on the screen, and they didn't show like when they show Gamora, she happy still, like
They
like
You
nobody.
mean
Nebula.
you mean Nebula?
Nebula.
I mean Nebula, my fault. I'm mixing up. They showed her. She won't. She's not. Look, she seemed to be okay. So I think her sister there, and not in the ship with them and them, but she gone somewhere. I don't think she
Yeah, it's
snapped
an
away at
afterlife.
all.
She did. Don't worry about
Oh, good
She ain't,
lord.
she ain't snapped away.
All right, guys, we need to wrap this up because it is
it. All right,
9:14,
guys.
and
If y'all have any, join us in the comment section. Even if you weren't able to get on the comment section of this, the live video, we'll always answer your comments on the YouTube version of this video when we publish it. So definitely tell us what you think, whether you agree with, what you don't agree with, and where you think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is headed. We'll be back next week. We'll be talking Game of Thrones and some other fun things and topics. So we're gonna see y'all next week, everybody. Hate the heroes out. Bye.
Bye.